Oh, look at this move by Czar right off the bat. He's going in just to see what the king has right away. And we've got an early floater. Alright, so we got Harm 3 early in the white magic spot for level 1. I believe I saw Heal 2 as well. Not too bad. Armor's a little lacking, but iron armor early for a fighter, isn't it? It's never going to be a bad thing at all. Cheap silver sword as well. Looks like we got some death spells here in level 1. So what do you think about this play to go straight to the king to see what he has? You're going to be seeing him anyways once you rescue Princess Sarah, but...
Yeah, that's a move that Czar likes to do, maybe perhaps gather information. Now that he knows he's got the floater, he's going to look to get that canoe sooner. Maybe he can plan a little bit whether or not he wants to buy tents, cabins, and perhaps forgo a magic spell for later on and save that money for camping equipment.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got the floater early. I wonder what we're going to see from Princess Sarah. If she gives the canoe, we're going to have ourselves quite the jet ski. Looks like we might be having a little bit of issue with our streams here. A couple of people in chat saying we're a little ahead. We'll make some adjustments on the fly here and see if we can't clean that up a little bit. Sorry about that.
Okay, where are you at, Falconic? I've got Len the Cat fighting a couple wolves. Looks like he's on his way to the Temple of Fiends right now.
Yeah, I've actually got Len the Cat picking up a heal helmet from the lower left chest in the TOF. Alright, bear with us guys, we'll get this cleaned up and sorted here in just a second. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and give you the commentary. Looks like Czar is actually going to be re-rolling, so he didn't see the things he wanted to see, and now we're going to be picking up, I didn't quite catch it second class here. Oh, Rainbow Party. So we got Silver Shield and some money in the top left corner of TOF. White Mage is already down over here for Len the Cat. Looks like he's actually going to be making the trek all the way back to Canaria here before choosing to take on Garland. And down goes the Black Mage form as well. Maybe a little bit of trepidation, maybe a little bit of nervousness. Looks like he's wanting to keep the items he picked up in Toph for TOF, but unfortunately, there he saw it. Imps with Frost wipes out that party, so we have an early wipe already, and that can happen with these flags. We've got memes early. Oh, that never feels good. Luckily, he did get a save in, so he doesn't have to redo his shopping, but he does have to make that trek all the way back up to TOF. I wonder if he's going to take out Garland. Czar doing a bit of shopping here. Looks like he's going to be picking up that silver sword. See Len the Cat making his trek over to the Dwarf Cave, so we'll get our first quick peek here at the two chests and see what they have for us. A little bit of a risky move, in my opinion. If you pick up the canoe from Queen, you're going to be coming over here anyway. Princess Sarah. Pick those up on the way. He might be doing a little bit of backtracking here in just a second. We got Czar still doing his shopping. He's going to get himself prepared. If you know anything about Czar, he is an over-preparer for sure. So we got a ship right away and a cloth. So there's our exploration item. We're going to be able to travel those seas. We'll be able to hit up Provoca, swing on down to Alpha and see what we've got here. I think in this case, you're probably going to see Len the Cat head straight over to Provoca. Just because you're going to get an item there, see some level 2 spells, maybe some armor. About to hit the 5-minute mark here, and Czar is still in Canaria, but spend a little bit of time getting the right party, get everything set up. It's a little bit of a waste of time now, but you can easily make it up across the length of the game. I don't think it's going to be that big of a factor. gonna switch over to Twitch video here. We'll see if that doesn't adjust us a little bit better. We're getting some people saying we're almost a full minute ahead, so we'll see how this goes. So we've got Len the Cat battling a couple of imps here. We've already seen imps with Frost. This is not a fight you want to take if you can help us. You might see a couple of resets here as he tries to get a different encounter. Oh, that's right, Ekastream. Go ahead and just call me Michael J. Fox. It looks like I was about a minute ahead of you guys there. No flying cars yet, though, sad to report. So, Len the Cat picking up that ship. It's almost as if I knew it was going to be there. And there's a claw. Weird, I'm 2 for 2 on it. Alright, so Czar's going to be picking up a heal helmet here and a silver shield. Actually, the heal helmet was lower left. He's got a silver shield in his money, so he's going to more than likely give a dip into Garland. Hopefully. See what Princess Sarah has for us.
Okay, SG and Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, we're working out the kinks a little bit. I've got Czar as just firing a brack and breaking Garland into pieces.
It seems like you might be just a few seconds ahead of me, so let me refresh my stream, but yeah, the brack just went off here. Stay where you're at and I'll adjust to you at this point.
Czar picks up his floater from the king, and I believe it was the bottle from Princess Sarah.
Alright, so we've got floater, we've got bottle. We know we've got the ship over in the dwarf cave. So we were talking earlier about where do you go from there? Do you do Elf and Provoca? I think the obvious play is Provoca just because of the free item that you get from taking out the pirates. And again, over on Len the Cat's side, we're seeing those imp fights, and we already know imps have Frost. That's not somewhere you want to be taking fights if you can help it.
Imps they've got stone, they've got frost, it looks like Falconic.
I don't think I've seen stone yet, but I wouldn't be surprised. The frost alone makes me never want to see them right now. I'd be doing as many resets as I could to be pushing those encounter tables.
Speaking of pushing, we're nearing right around the 8-minute mark now, and both of our players are still, right around the Canary area, headed to the Dwarf Cave, that sort of thing. So both of them has run into a little bit of trouble early.
Looks that way, and the chat's pointing out that the no save items again is really going to hurt you here. So although you can reset and change that first encounter coming out of Canario, after that you're on your own. You have no way to change that encounter time. Is Len re-rolling a party at the 7.5-minute mark? Interesting. So we've had 2 rather late resets here, but again, you feel that the party at the start that you picked isn't going to get it done. Now's the time. It is a little bit of a waste of time, but you can make it up if you pick the right party. Interesting to see Len going back up to TOF. I suppose the heal helmet alone is worth it. The money, the shield. Garland fight, now that we know you're only picking up a bottle, you can put that off for now. I wonder if he's just going to run in and grab these items and get out of here.
Sahag's on the seas, the high seas, after the ship prime from Czar, have Nuke. Blast his party with Nuke. He's got to reset, head back all the way to the Dwarf Cave, pick up his ship again. Our runners are having problems now, Falconic.
Wow. Well, it's a double-edged sword. We've seen Frost on imps, Stone Touch. Now we see Nuke from Sahag's. It's unfortunate. It wastes a little bit of time early, but you're only going to see one Nuke in an overworld enemy like this. Sahag's, we did see early floater. Potentially, we don't have to deal with that for very long. Once we're in the air, there's no encounters. If you're going to see Nuke anywhere, Sahag is not a bad place to see it, I guess.
That's right. We do have the floater. Try to get in that airship. Change the status quo as soon as you can. The one thing is that a lot of people overlook is that using that floater to get that airship is canoe locked. So we got to get the canoe. I would certainly think a trip to Provoca might be in the works as soon as possible.
Absolutely. Len making a pretty veteran move here, and a risky one at that. That heel helmet early, it's a very, very nice find. He opts to sell it, take the money, and run. So I would absolutely believe we're going to be seeing Provoka here soon. How do you feel about that? Do you think our early level or early game heel helmet or heel staff is beneficial, or is it worth the money more so?
Given the struggles that our players have and why they're having them, here's another Sahag fight now for Czar with Nuke, and it looks like they like to use it. We're going to try Zap and exile them to the 4th dimension. Looks like he's having some success. I would sell the heel helmet based upon the issues that they're having are Sahags with Nuke, Imps with Frost. I don't see that being too beneficial. You certainly can't equip it. Let's go ahead and I would look at, attempting to get some tents and some camp equipment. Doesn't look like they're available at this point in time. And take that money, get some spells, and try to get on with this, get to the next stage of the game, and move forward. So I would support selling it.
I agree. And Czar making a very, very good move here because we've seen what's on these high seas. He's stopping right now in Canaria just to get a quick save, nothing else, and now he's back on his way over to Provoka. If he can get there safely, maybe we get some good level 2 magic, maybe we get, like you said, hopefully that canoe from Vicky and the Pirates to allow him to stay out of the water as much as possible. Then again, he has to go in the river, and we've seen how the river fares earlier.
Oh, the rivers. Oh, my gosh. Len the Cat, now he's re-rolled his party, is that correct? Or did he not save?
Len the Cat re-rolled his party at about the 8-minute mark, just shy of 8 minutes.
Okay, because I thought that was the same party that he had before. 3 hats and a fighter.
I believe it was, but he had saved before, so it's not as if he had accidentally not saved and had to re-roll. He chose to re-roll on purpose.
Level 2 magic. Not much in the black shop. It's Ice 2. It's going to get the job done, though, for the red mage and the black mage. Over in the white magic shop, pretty loaded. Got life, we got exit, and we had invisibility too as well. Very good selection there. That will all be available certainly to the red mage and the fighter if they class change into a knight.
Absolutely. Anytime you can see life, early level, learnable by the knight, that's almost it's one of the better things you can see because TOF, you're going to keep the knight alive more than likely through a lot of those hits, through a lot of the magic. Having him be able to revive somebody and then bring them up is a huge, huge benefit.
Len the Cat talks to the trusting king and the rescued Princess Sarah. He picks up his bottle and his floater now. Czar taking on the pirates over in Provoka. Ice 2 freezes him right out. Looks like I would think he's going to maybe do some paddling. Maybe do a little paddling? Oh, no. Oh.
On my side, I've still got the Ice 2 going off here, so I'll join you here in just a second to see what we got, but it sounds like we didn't get the canoe. Oh, we've got a crown. So this just got interesting.
It got interesting. We've got one incentive item left. It's essentially, it's got to be the canoe. It's going to be located at the Circle of Sages over in Crescent Lake, but there's a little bit of a problem with that, Falconic.
Huh. Well, how are we going to get there? We can't go through the canoe.
Are we going to get there? This is the same exact essential setup and game that Czar had in the first round with his matchup against Will Cleosis. It is a ship and TNT required seed. That means at this point in time, without the canoe, you can't get to Volcano and Ice Cave. That's the good news. The bad news is, they got to go somewhere.
Well, they've got to go to the place that nobody ever wants to go, and it looks like it's going to be the Marsh. Now, the big question is it going to be top of Marsh Cave and luck out for our runners and they can just leave immediately, or are they going to have to go a little bit further in?
Right. There's also the option of, with that crown popping up from Vicky, it's very possible that TNT could be key-locked as well. So those are the two ways that both of our players can go. Take out Astos, ship back through those treacherous seas. Potentially to Matoya, get the herb, and then get the Mystic Key. Is that Nuke at level 3? Looks like Nuke is at level 3. Black Magic, available in Output.
We also saw very, very cheap pro rings. 3,200 for pro rings over in Provoka. I wouldn't doubt we'll see both runners making their way back over there and grabbing that. Have any of the runners checked out Matoya? It's 3 chests there. Maybe the TNT is hiding with the old blind lady.
I thought I saw Czar head north to go ahead and check on that. As Len the Cat going, he's head to Dwarf Cave. He's got his ship now. He's a little bit behind here. But I think he got nuked or something happened. So I'm not sure if Matoya's cave has been checked at this point in time. It looks like Czar is headed west a little bit here. And he's probably going to turn in his crown to take out Astos and try to dig for that TNT as opposed to head to the Marsh Cave. It could be in there, could be crown locked, could be key locked. We're not exactly sure at this time, but we're gonna find out.
Yeah, typically if I've only got the canoe, I'll try to put off the crown chain as long as possible. It's such a long trek to have to go all the way through Crescent, up through Provoke, and around. With the boat, it's not as bad. You do just have to make your way back to Elfland, and it's a straight shot up. So you can get it quickly done, and if it pays off, if TNT is hidden behind one of these key lock chests, he doesn't have to touch Marsh, and guarantee that's exactly what he's hoping for.
Right. Plus, if he makes this move, which it looks like he's certainly going to, the money that's going to be obtained, the potential gear for the end game, maybe, or for right now, maybe pro rings that he doesn't have to buy, certainly would be beneficial. So I like this play instead of heading to Marsh Cave. Marsh Cave, I would think, would be the gamble in this scenario, and if your gamble pays off, that could be pretty good. But we'll see what Lendacat. Lendacat has to pick up his ship again. Lendacat falling a little bit further and further behind here. Where it's early though, only 16 minutes into this game.
A little bit, but like you said, if Czar does this keychain quest line and it doesn't pay out, and Len makes the decision to do Marsh Cave, not only will he make up the time, that'll put him in the lead.
Kaizoku's on the seas have Blaze. They wipe Lendacat now. He's headed back west again to the Dwarf Cave. Lendacat's had some tough rolls this tournament, Falconic. Oh my.
A little bit. We've been testing his will to push forward for sure, yet here he is, and he's still giving it a shot, so you gotta give him credit.
Czar sees the Sayhags, immediately resets. He's out of there. He's headed towards Matoya. He sees more Sayhags. He's close to the dock, though, so he's going to try to get out of here.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know that I've ever had a seed where you seriously contemplate grinding just to be able to survive some of these early spells, but the problem is the things that you would grind are the very things that are killing you. I think at this point, the best you could do is hit up Provoke and grab some of those save items, more than a few, and literally 5 steps save, 5 steps save.
Yeah, that would be the safest thing to do, and this isn't getting any better. So, I'm trying to look at the good news here for Iconic. Maybe, the nuke is out of the pool for later on in the game. A Blaze is out of the pool. Cure 4 is out of the pool, and perhaps runners can use that to their advantage. As Lendacat gets round 4 or 5 with his ship over here west of the door.
Yeah, looking at the positive side of things here, you've got to be happy that you've seen some of the things you've already seen. Yes, it slowed you down. You have a slow start, but it's out of the way. So now you can kind of feel a little bit better about maybe a potential earlier ice cave than you would normally have done. There's still plenty of nasty things you can see, but nuke's out of the way, so there's that.
Lendacat picks up his ship. He's able to get the Canary and save. He can now progress a little bit more in this game as both players are heading south in their ship toward Elfland. Maybe not. Lendacat resets. He's headed west to Provoca, looks like. He's looking for his canoe. He's not gonna get it. He's gonna get a crown over here taking out the pirates.
Alright, so hopefully this pays off for Czar. If Len does make that decision to go Marsh as soon as he sees this crown, it should catch the runners up just a little bit, make it a little bit more even.
Here's a question for you.
Czar's gonna get on. What's up?
Here's a question for you, Falcon. Let's say it was me versus you in this match. As a ribbon and a gold bracelet is found, some riches already in Elfland Castle, given the Mystic Key. So far, it's working out good for Czar, but he's looking for the TNT. If you were playing against me, and you were in Lendacat's position, where you just had all this trouble, you would probably feel behind. Would you go to Marsh, or would you do the Crown Key quest that he's going to have to make that decision coming up? What would you do?
Well, I think I'm the perfect person to ask. I actually just had a race this past week up against Ice Blue where I made the decision with the seed, much like this, where we were looking for both the ship and the TNT at that point, to go ahead and dive Marsh. It ended up costing me, but it's one of those plays where if it works out, the advantage they can give you is 10 times.
I'm a big fan of it too. I would look to take that risk as well, especially given I would look at who my opponent is in this situation. Fire 3, Temper, and Warp available. Black Magic level 4. Level 3, White Magic. I thought I saw a Fade in there. I believe it was slot 2. And that's going to be White Mage only if that was Fade in slot 2.
It looks that way. Pretty great level 4 Black Magic, though. Temper early-ish. Warp, getting it out of the way. That's going to be kind of nice, especially if they want to hit up the wheels.
Lendacat zapping a whole bunch of pirates to the 4th dimension. He's going to take them out, talk to Bicky, He's going to pick up his crown as Czar continues the tour now. He's headed towards Northwest Castle and those 3 chests. We'll see if he saves or not. He might not save. He might stay at Elfland for the save. Get here as soon as he can. It looks like that's what he's going to do. Raid those 3 chests. He sees something he likes? Okay, he leaves and saves. Doesn't like it? Quick reset. You're already back to Elfland.
Yeah, I like that move quite a bit. So hopefully he gets the items he's looking for here. I, for one, as well as Chad, I would imagine, I want to see a marsh cave. It doesn't get enough love with these flags.
Everybody loves the marsh cave. 500 gold, 618 gold. I didn't see that first chest.
Well, I can fill you in because on my screen he's just now wrapping around Astos. Alright, Zeus Gauntlet, actually. So Zeus Gauntlet early, that's going to be a nice pickup for some early free magic. Looks like he is putting that on AAAA, but not AAAA or AAAA. He's putting it on AAAA, just to keep you in the loop.
AAAA?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, okay, alright. Czar's apparently happy with what he found in the Northwest Castle. He's headed back to Elfland. Len the cat has his floater, his bottle. He's got his crown now. He's headed toward Elfland in the ship.
So here's where you make your move. Do you jump on the crown? This is a little tough because in my match that I had with Ice Blue and I made the decision to do the Marsh Cave, I believe I had the canoe, not the ship. Having the ship makes getting back to Matoya not all that bad.
Except for those rough seas. Len the cat has to reset already, and a very nuke-friendly, unfriendly Say Hey group. Chat, Max plus Pi, thank you very much. I believe that might have been the Zeus Gauntlet that Czar found. Was that in Northwest Castle?
That was. Zeus Gauntlet was the first chest. Top left that he checked.
Ship and TNT required seed. The ship was in a box. This is not a bridge seed. This is not a ship was from an NPC seed. At this point in time, we certainly do not believe that one of the key items will be forced out into the world somewhere. It's just ship and TNT required right now. The focus is the hunt for the dynamite.
Absolutely. Because the king and the princess didn't give bridge or ship, we know that the incentive items are still going to be in their respective places. So this is definitely going to be a TNT seed.
Czar headed to the key lock chests over in Canaria Castle. Looks like he's not going to find too much. A light axe might have been in there. Equipable for the fighter. Pretty decent weapon. Pretty good versatility as well, casting the Harm 2 spell, potentially against the undead in the future.
You know where we might see a little bit of undead?
Ooh, the Marsh Cave could be.
That could be a very, very big pickup for him. Len taking out Astos here. We'll find out very, very soon if he's going to go straight south to Marsh Cave or if he's going to hit up the chest here as well.
Len the cat picking up his crystal, taking out Astos. Czar, meanwhile, is headed to the 3 key lock chests in the Temple of Fiends area. I think this is a good move. They could be tucked away here. Since he's made this committed decision so far, you want to check all these first before headed to, I think what a lot of people probably want to see, a dive into the dreaded Marsh Cave.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you're dealing with a forced TNT seed like we're having here now, no stone goes unturned. You check every chest. If you make a dip into Ice Cave, you're checking every chest. As much as you don't want to do that, you have to, because it can be anywhere. And that's exactly what happened to Ice Blue and myself. We both went into Ice left, and it turned out that the 2 that we missed were the 2 we needed.
Czar, I believe, has found something.
Oh, I think he found a decent sword. It's not the best sword in the game, but he'll use it.
Czar's found a pretty good sword. It's called the Mazmoon. Debated, very well liked. Either way, it can get the job done pretty well. It's not what he's looking for, though. He's looking for a weapon called the Game Changer. That's going to have to hold him over until he can dig out the Vorpal.
Until he gets a hand on the Vorpal. He does have the Red Mage, though, so I think what we're going to see here, he might switch it up on us. I think we're going to see the Mazmoon stay on the Knight, and I think he's going to put the Vorpal over onto the Red Mage. If not, he'll switch it up, but Mazmoon's just a fantastic white mage weapon, I think.
It is White Mage and White Wizard equipable. The advantage that the Mazmoon has in Fantasy, and certainly in Final Fantasy Randomizer here as well, is its versatility. Anyone can use it. The Vorpal, on the other hand, would be Red Wizard. I believe the Ninja can use it as well, and certainly the Knight. That's a specialty weapon for the end game that's been designed here to take out fiends such as Chaos, especially with High Absorb.
Czar being the leader of A-Team and Vorpal here, I wouldn't expect that if he sees it, he's going to put it on the ground anytime soon.
Czar is the Hannibal of the A-Team. Team Game Changers. Face Man here. My name is Will Cleosis. B.A. Baracus. Falconic FF on the mic with me. Not able to join us tonight. The mad scientist Murdoch. He is Shalasia. He is feeling a little bit under the weather. We wish you the best. Meanwhile, Czar is headed to the Dwarf Cave. He's got 8 shots to find this TNT.
Wish him luck. Otherwise, we're going to be dipping in the Marsh Cave here.
Well, the cat. Whoa. Okay.
Well, so the gamble pays off. Unfortunately, everyone, we are not going to see the Marsh Cave today unless we just have some really, really crazy runners.
Probably not. Czar immediately is going to turn in his TNT to get the canal so he can head west. Given Czar's experience and skill in this game, very high, very good. I would think that he certainly jumps in that ship, saves along the way quite frequently to get to Crescent Lake as soon as he can, which I would certainly think holds the canoe.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, it would have to at this point, because you can't get anywhere else without that canoe. So the sages are going to give that to us, and then you can bet he's going to book it straight towards the desert and pick it.
Then the cat's sailing the high seas as well. He's decided to go ahead and do the Crown Quest, of course. He's got his herb from Matoya. He's headed to Elfland Castle. He's going to pick up his Mystic Key. I would certainly think he's going to do that quest. He'll pick up his TNT. I think he's kind of closed the gap a little bit here at this point.
This is nowhere near as far spread as it was, so he'll be... Well, it does all depend. If he doesn't hit up the same areas in the order that Czar did, if he makes his way straight over towards, say, Canaria, and then hits up TOF and swings over the Dwarf, he's going to pick it up a little bit quicker. So,
veteran move from Czar. Sells the Opal Helmet to get some money. Fast available in the Black Magic Shop level 5. I believe it was Harm 4 that was in the White Magic Shop. Selling off the Katana now. He doesn't need that. The Red Wizard, once promoted, will be able to learn all 4 slots here in Melmond level 5. Cure 4, excuse me, in Harm 4.
Yeah, Cure 4 level 5. You'll get a couple of casts of that. That'll be a nice little lifesaver endgame. See how many he actually gets. Czar, typically an over-preparer, he usually won't go into a TOF until around level 25, 26, as opposed to a lot of our other runners that jump in around.
Hello, BM, joining us in chat. Alerting us that Linda Cat has found his ribbon now. He's headed in the same path that Zardia was. Maybe he stops off and checks that dwarf cave a little bit earlier. Could gain him some time here on Zardia.
It sure looks like, well, it depends. He doesn't have the canoe yet, so he can't go straight north up there. Yeah, he's checking. He's going to pick up a Zeus Gauntlet, so it's a good check for him for sure. It still keeps him behind Czar just a little bit, but nothing that can't be made up with one wipe of Czar.
Reaching the sags with Nuke Blast Czar again, but he's saved. We talked about that Falconic he's going to save fairly often here, and counter rates are lowest on the high seas, thank gosh in this case. So he's made it almost to Crescent Lake here, and the cat's just a little bit behind, nearing the 30-minute mark now. We have not obtained the canoe at this point in time. We do have the floater, though. Czar's going to pick up his canoe momentarily.
Floater's nice. I think the biggest pickup so far is that Mazmoon, and to be honest, I don't think Czar checks that if it weren't a TNTC. Not this early. That's typically something you see runners check at the very end of the game, if ever.
Gold bracelets for sale. Crescent Lake, take a note of that. 29,000 gold. That's something that I always do. Black Magic, not much. Quad X, but it's cheap in level 6. That will be Red Wizard learnable, only that first slot of Black Magic, Crescent Lake.
So we should be seeing canoe here on Czar's side here shortly. Alright, so at the 29-minute mark, just a hair over 29 minutes, we've got key combination we need to get up in the air and start flying. So the real question is where does he go now?
Ship and TNT required seed. Czar looks like he's got a... Czar is going to the ship.
Well, that's interesting because he's got the floater and he could make his way just straight south of the river. I wonder if he's.
Perhaps force of habit. Maybe he's going to jump in this ship and head south to the Raycon Desert to pick up his Starship Airgazer. Maybe he's looking to nuke some Peds.
It's also possible that with as rough of a start as we've had, their brains are already fried and he doesn't remember he has the floater. You know, I seem to recall there was a runner.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Week 1, week 2, held onto the floater for a good 30, 45 minutes.
It's a wonderful, wonderful, good-looking guy you're talking about right there.
Oh, no.
Where is Czar going?
He must not realize he has the floater.
This has happened before. Speed gaming fans, Final Fantasy Randomizer, and Final Fantasy fans. Players have done this. You have the floater. You get it early. You forget you have it. You end up in a ship and TNT required seed. I did this. I did this against Zardia. And it cost me a lot of time. It almost essentially cost me the match. He got the floater early. He is going to ordeals. You get the floater early, but then you run into a situation that you're not quite used to. Len the Cat picks up his TNT, turns it in, he's got his canal. That's good for time, but he's not going to get his Mazmoon probably anytime soon. We'll check back on that in a little bit. But you get the floater and you've got it, but then you run into a ship and TNT required seed. You turn all your attention towards that and all your planning, and you just forget you have the floater even though you're staring right at it. I've done this, and I did it against Czar. The sooner you can realize this, the better. This opens the door for Len the Cat to catch up now.
This is huge. Yeah, Czar picking up the Mazmoon swung it heavily in his favor, and it's great to have the Mazmoon, don't get me wrong, but if Len immediately turns in the airship, exploration trumps a weapon. You've got decent magic, you can get through here. Hopefully he finds something good. I don't know.
I suppose it is possible that this is a plan from Czar. Maybe he likes the shorter encounters on the sea. I don't know. I can't see why. But, you know, Czar is very experienced in this game. He knows what he's doing. And, you know, he checks the king early on instead of, you know, going directly to Canary Town. So maybe this is a strategy from him. We'll certainly find out later. As Len the Cat is continuing to check chess, Canary Castle, he's going to pick up his light axe and a couple bucks here. If he goes to the Temple of Fiends Revisited, he will pick up that potential endgame weapon, the Mazmoon. I don't know if he's going to go, though, Falconic. I don't know.
I would doubt that he does. This is a quick check here. It's very close by. Potentially get your ribbon, some armor, some weapons. TOF's quite a bit out of the way. Czar did it because he was still looking for the TNT at that point.
Right.
See how it goes, though.
Czar has entered the Castle of Ordeals. His levels are average at best. Trying to fly through this, try to get an incentivized item. He'll pick up, you know, 10 or so chests, give or take, as he navigates this maze. And the cat's...
He does not warp. No, he does. He has one cast of warps.
One cast of warp.
Lucky here. There's 2 down, so... I wonder if there's going to be one of those 4th pillars here. Looks like it's not going to be.
Question from Max Plus Pi in the chat room. How many docks were added? The development team, the tireless, hardworking development team, as Czar resets, he's got information now on Castle Ordeals, though. A dock was added near Onrak, so you can get to the city of Onrak, potentially with the Oxyale as well. Well, actually, that probably wouldn't matter, but you can get to Onrak without the canoe, and having only the ship. If you have the canoe, you can access the waterfall and the caravan, potentially, for a sellable item, given the ship and canoe. There's also a dock over by the Mirage Tower. Swiss flags don't really take that into account at this point in time, but little birdie told me that might come into a big factor sometime soon.
A little bit, yeah. All you need is to turn on the Fetch Quest NPC shuffle and have somebody else give you that chime, and all of a sudden you're making a trip up there with your boat.
Czar has made his way through the Castle Ordeals maze. Now he's on the final. Len the Cat taking no chances. Fighting fire with fire. Fighting nuke with nuke. Taking out some Sahags. He immediately saves. He's headed toward Crescent Lake.
Not before stopping off in Elfland, it looks like.
Len the Cat has been here. He's got information. He looks like he's going exactly for what it is that he wants. It is the level 4 white magic shop. Cure 3 he picks up.
Mummy showing
more
off
black
fire
magic.
here.
Wizard mummies, bringing the heat!
Oh, and mute as well. Not gonna be too bad, but if you were hoping to get by with some item magic, that's not gonna happen.
Zar's low on health, but he gets out of it. Heal 2 spell. He's being used now. Lend the cat doing his shot. He's got warp now.
So chat, what do you think we're gonna see here in the zombie dragon chest? Maybe Rod got access over the Earth Cave. Maybe you knock that out quick and get it taken care of.
Could be the tail. Maybe a slab.
Looks like Lindecat is now finally making his way over to Crescent Lake. He's going to pick up the canoe. It'll be interesting to see if he remembers he has the floater. We're 35 minutes in, a little bit late for even some of the slower seeds. You start to see a floater pick up around 30 to 40 minutes. It looks like Lynn's got the chance of getting it.
Czar picks up the cube in Castle Ordeals, and of course there was nothing that he said. Go figure.
That's how it works.
Then the cat headed towards Crescent Lake, honing in on picking up his canoe now. I believe Czar picked up his canoe right around the 30-minute mark. If we use that as a marker, Len the cat, assuming he can get through these rough forest area here, he'll pick it up right around the 37-minute mark. Level 10 now for Czar, so we're gonna say as he takes some zombie dragon fights, 7-minute lead at this point in time for Czar.
So it's possible with Czar having the Mazmoon and some of these nuke casts, it's possible that he knows he has the floater, but he didn't want to make the trek across the northern continent to get to Ordeals. Maybe his intention all along was to get to these zombie needs and catch his levels here.
It's very, very possible. I have considered that in playing, but I can never settle down quite enough to really make that type of play. And it's possible. We're going to find out. If he heads directly for it, maybe that was his plan. Maybe then he remembers. Level 11 now for Czar. He's low on charges. He's out of there.
And now he's got the levels to take on, especially if he goes and gets that airship, he's got the levels to take on Ice Cave without as much of a danger as he would have had before. So he picked up 3 or 4 levels here. It's not a bad move at all.
He also got the Ice Sword, equipable by the Red Mage. The Light Axe, an option. The Zeus Gauntlet that can cast AoE spells. Very useful in the Ice Cave.
Mm-hmm. Earth Cave as well, so as soon as you see the rod, I wouldn't doubt if we see a couple casts of that Light Axe while we're there. Alright, Czar making his way around. It looks like the more he starts to travel in ship, it looks like he's making his way straight to the desert. I think he knew all along, and this was just a play on his part to get some levels and take out one of the incentivized locations.
Looks like he's heading to Elfland. We're gonna find out. Len the cat is headed to the Ryukon Desert. Len the cat now is the first to pick up his starship, Airgazer. He's gonna start flying around in the air, and Falconic, I think you are right. The route is moving Czar toward the Ryukon Desert and his potential airship.
This is a move you see oftentimes in vanilla. You go in, you pick up your tail from Ordeals, you've got your airship from Ice Cave, or the floater from Ice Cave already, so you make your little trek up here and get your floater and go turn yourself in for a class.
Level 7 White Magic up in Gaia. Heal 3, Life 2. Could be hard to get charges of that, Falconic, but we got the information at least.
That is true. That actually might play more into Czar's favor. We talked earlier about how he likes to over-prepare, so his White Mage is going to have 3, possibly 4 casts of that if he wants it.
Then the cat picks up his Oxyale, gathers some information. He's in Gaia, he's going to get out of there. Meanwhile, Czar picked up his airship. He runs into a bunch of birds with Lightning 3 in the Ice Cave already.
Welcome to Ice Cave. This is how it goes.
He's going to keep going, Falconic. I don't know about this.
I like it. I like it.
You like it?
You at least got to make a die or 2 here. Hopefully you get a hero's run, you get off this floor. You see less and less of those cockatrices, so... But this is the problem. There's so many enemies in the Ice Cave that the chances of running into a Light 3, to a Stun Touch party, it's just so high. People usually avoid doing Ice Cave at all costs until they get closer to level 13, 14.
Wizards causing problems for Zardia now. 3 of his Light Warriors have been paralyzed.
There's that Stun Touch we're talking about. This place is nasty.
Czar may highly consider getting out of here. Live to fight another day. What you just said, Falconic, do it later. He uses a nuke charge to take out the wizards. Question in chat from Echostrain. The rod will actually not be behind the vampire, the earth cave is not incentivized at this point in time. The rod may be an ice cave, it could be in the waterfall, it could be for sale, potentially at the caravan or on rack. Those are the likely locations for the rod at this point. Or Sarda. Did we get Sarda?
I don't believe we've seen a Sarda check just yet.
The
We
cat
should
is in
send their lens close by.
Czar continues his ice dive now.
Now, I like this play. He does have warp, so he can make quick work of these chests here. We're about to find out on Lynn's side what Sarda has for us. And it's the tail. Okay. And there's no penalty for class changing, correct?
Correct. There's no black belt option here. Class changing is very, very much preferred in the Swiss rounds, given your party composition. Unrunnable group of undead.
Oof, let's hope they don't have anything nasty.
Wraiths usually hit hard. They're doing a little bit of damage, but I don't see anything too nasty at this point in time. Then the cat picks up his tail, heads directly to the Cardia Islands, where he picks up an ice shield.
Yeah, anytime you've already got the tail, and this is something I've been working on myself, not double dipping Cardia Islands. He does have the tail, so come in here, he can knock everything out in one trip, mark it off his map, and he's never has to. Good move on Lynn. Plus, like you said, class changing or promoting these mages here, they're going to be able to unlock or hurdle. We've seen some pretty decent high-level magic.
Czar's going to pillage the ice cave here. He did not use the warp trick. That could be potentially used after pillaging the 6 chests in the lower left-hand area here. If he does not do it at this point, I've got to think that he's going to clear out the ice cave, strike it off his list, maybe take a couple extra fights with the eye.
It's quite possible Czar does like doing the eye grind. I wouldn't be surprised, like you said, if we see the chest here and then a warp. That'll put you right back up to the holes, you can get yourself into the eye and kind of take...
He did use the warp trick, he's got the loot. He's just going to clear Ice Cave. Czar does have the loot out of Ice Cave, it looks.
So Len's about 3 to 4 levels behind here, but he's already got his class promotion. Hopefully he takes a couple fights here. Sun Sword pickup for Czar, that's nice.
All the weapons Czar could have. The Mazmoon, the Sun Sword, he's got an Ice Sword. Not the one he wants, though.
Not just yet, but the Sun Sword is a nice one for the Red Mage, so he's got Mazmoon and Sun Sword. He's set for weapons at this point. Now he just needs to start knocking out these areas one by one. Be curious to see when we take our first dip in a volcano. We've usually been seeing our first orb lit at about the 40-minute mark, 30 to 40 minutes. Yet we're creeping up on 45 minutes.
Lots of tough enemies earlier on. The Imps with Frost, Nuke. There was a Nuke Sahags. Ship and TNT required seed. Difficult to kind of judge.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, both runners having a re-roll. We saw a re-roll almost at the 8-minute mark. So to be where they're at now is definitely a good sign. They're picking up the pace here quite a bit.
Czar continues his clean out of the ice cave. He's nearing that. These birds, though, are trouble.
Ooh,
so are the wizards on this floor.
It's a good run, though. Very, very lucky run.
And the cat is headed to Castle Ordeal. So there's a pack of 7 wizards for Czar now. They've got paralysis.
Well, they don't have it for long because that early nuke's going to make quick work of them.
Czar getting closer and closer to raiding the ice cave and getting out of here. More unrunnable undead, though.
Len's going to be picking up his cube here shortly. It'll be interesting to see where he goes next. I don't believe he has the levels just yet for the ice cave. Maybe he does it still, but Czar's already having a tough time, and he's 3-4 levels ahead of him.
The question earlier from Eck in chat about the rod, I'm starting to believe that the rod may be with the robot in the waterfall at this point in time.
Yeah, either that, or I don't believe we've seen the vendor item just yet, so that could still be an on-rack. So we're looking slab and rod, so...
On-rack should have the vendor item, could also be the caravan. That's caused players to lose games before they forget to check the caravan. You know it, we did it when we were kids, but still, it's easy to forget, Falconic. I've done it.
Yeah, that's one of the things that the more you play Randomizer, the more likely you are to forget it, because that was the vanilla vendor item location, and it often doesn't fall there. So you start to play Randomizer over and over, seed after seed, and check there less and less often. It's the fight check.
Falconic's favorite, the Argoyles, ambushing Czar. They aren't hitting very hard.
Gargoyles, they have a special place for me. And it's not a word I can say here on stream, so you guys can fill in with your imaginations, but... Was that an unrunnable fire?
We'd like to invite you to stay tuned tonight. Final Fantasy Randomizer continues. 9 p.m. Speed Gaming, the main event. 2-in-1 Demarine 2 versus the 2-in-1 Demon Frog. 9 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, Saturday, June 23rd. Wote's going to be on the call for that. I'm going to be there. Falcon's going to be there. We're going to sit back and watch the show for once.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Taking a little bit of a break, hanging out in chat, talking to all of you fine folks, and just enjoying a little bit of the Swiss tournament we have left here. Week 4 out of 5. That's another thing about this race here. Both runners being 1 and 2. Winner moves on, stays in the Swiss for a chance at the bracket. Loser, unfortunately, is going to pick up that third loss.
Zomble's giving it to Len the Cat now. He gets a fade off from his White Wizard, though. 3 Light Warriors down. Czar has decided to clean out the entire volcano. He gets the Adamant for his.
Feet note, does Adamant always give Excalibur? In the Swiss flags, yes. If you turn on the NPC shuffle, or the fetch quest rewards, no. That'll change, but for now, it will. He'll get the Excalibur when he turns in.
When the cat uses up the life spells, heals his party. He's going to continue on after those that zombie. He'd like to get through this as much as he can. Meanwhile, I think this is the 3rd Pete fight for Czar. He just keeps mowing them down with nuke.
This is great XP early for him. He already had the level advantage, and now it's just continuing to grow.
Level 14 now for Czar. Pro ring pickup for Len the Cat out of Castle Ordeals.
So we've got 1 ribbon so far. Pro rings, fortunately, were cheap, but... ooh, white shirt in the armory as well. That's a great pickup.
White shirt pickup for Czar now. Both of our players have the White Wizard. I like it.
Well, Czar hasn't done his class change just yet, so he can't equip the white shirt, which is just as good as a gold bracelet plus some status protection, but still be able to use it as an item.
Czar has not been to Sarda to pick up that tail at this point in time. But he will be able to do that all in one swoop with the airship, should he choose to do that. And then the cat re-healing again after getting beaten up a little bit.
2 wooden staffs in the armory, and you just know with every chest he opens, you get closer and closer and closer to the game changer.
He is. He gets the Adamant for the potential Excalibur. He's got the Masmone. Sun Sword. 1 missing component for Czar. Perhaps the Power Bunk as well. I know he loves his Power Gauntlet. Cast the Saber spell on battle. Helps you in the endgame.
So yeah, I think he's got to be feeling good about where he's at now. He just needs to pick up the rod, pick up the slab. He's in go mode after that. He's got everything he needs. A 2nd ribbon wouldn't hurt, but we've seen plenty of runners make the Topher dive with only 1 ribbon and come out just fine. Especially with life being learnable by that night.
Czar exited and saved. It looks like he's delving deeper into the volcano now. Will he continue his full clear efforts? Will he move on to carry? He's got to be satisfied with, at least so far, 1 ribbon and some in-game weapons. As Len the Cat gets decimated again in the Castle Ordeals, he's down to his White Wizard again. Out of exit charges, Len the Cat look to exit. This is a pickle right now, Falconic.
This is going to be rough for him. Ordeals is one of those places, though, that if you wanted to reset, it's not that bad. You've got the information on which pillars to take. It almost makes sense to go ahead and do that right now. Do it now.
Mage
You're not going to get through.
Level 12. Czar has picked up the Aegis Shield now in the volcano, getting stronger.
Still needs to do that class change, though.
Can Len the Cat make it through here? I believe he's out of fades. I think he's out of most everything. He's definitely out of life charges, but he's going to keep going here.
He's tapped. This is an absolute hero run that he's hoping to get. Hopefully he makes it out alive, though. He does still have to go through those zombie dragons. I don't know if we saw anything too bad out of them, but they do hit like trucks every now and then.
I didn't see that they were runnable at this point. He's got all the armor that he possibly can. The Mage Staff could be an option, but does he try to run? He's made it to get the cube. Can Len the Cat get out of Castle Ordeals with 1 White Wizard?
22 damage. That's on the lower end. He does have Fade, so Fade's going to take him out. So the risk paid off. He is going to get out alive. He'll be able to save. So well played on him. Hopefully he's got a house so he can get some of those life charges back up, or else he's going to be making the trek on foot with just one light whip.
And the cat has 3 houses in his inventory. Well played, Len the Cat.
Very
Definitely
well done.
keeping himself in the game here. Level 15 now for Czar. He continues to progress very well in this tough early game.
Yeah, I don't anticipate Carrie's going to give us too much trouble with the weapons and the Fade and nukes that he has available. But we've seen some surprises from some of these fiends. Even the first round of fiends can give you a little bit of a hiccup.
Czar continues his vivisection now of the volcano. He's headed towards the red dragon chest. Unrunnable fire. He's going to take him out with the Maz move. I don't think this move is about the chest, Falconic. I think it's about 2 more Agama fights and a red dragon fight.
Yeah, I agree. I think he also still is fishing for the power bonk, but this is 1 chest out of 200 plus. I agree. I think this is more about just getting guaranteed XP. He's not having any trouble with Maz swinging, so the levels are looking great. 50 minutes in, no orbs lit, and yet he's already closing in on where most people would make a dive in TOFR. About 5 levels away at this point. So Len's got his cube. Where's he going to go next?
51-minute mark now. Czar's on his way to carry the Fiend of the Fire. Len the Cat, veteran move, heads to the caravan, finds the rod for sale.
There you go. We talked about
47,000 gold. There we go.
All right, so now he can make a first-time clear of the Earth Cave should he choose to do so. It looks like he's going to go Waterfall, potentially on rack. He does have his Oxale. He could do Sea Shrine as well. Here's the carry fight.
Falconic, Czar had a lead. We all know that. It was more than an advantage. We calculated it around 7 minutes. Actually, probably a little bit better than that on paper. Has Len the Cat closed the gap?
Yes, close the gap. Still not caught up, but it all depends on what we see here from the Waterfall. I think the biggest difference between the two right now is level. Czar's got those in spades and it's still hurting quite a bit.
It's got the Maz Moon, too. I can't blame Len the Cat for not checking that Temple of Fiends. Czar was able to fortune into that. Meanwhile,
he made quick work of carry. No problem whatsoever. Huge hit, 500 damage plus for that Maz.
Fire Orb lit for Zardian now, our first orb at the 52-minute mark. Nearing an hour now. Czar headed to Gaia. He's going to open his bottle, visit the ferry, check the armor shop. It's a good time to do a recap. Princess Sarah was rescued from Garland's clutches, handed out the bottle. Her father, the King of Canaria, had the floater. Vicky had the crown over in Provoca, which led to the ship being over in a box in the Dwarf Cave, and the TNT being key-locked after turning in that crown and doing the crown quest. Sarda had the tail, the Ice Cave held the loot, Ordeals had the cube, the Circle of Sages held the canoe. The vendor item was the rod, it was for sale in the caravan, and right now Len the Cat has entered the waterfall. We believe that's going to be the location of the slab this evening. Zardia visits the ferry. He picks up his Oxyale.
He's got the Oxale. At this point, you kind of wonder, is Czar going to make the same move that Len made, checking that caravan? It looks like he's making his way in that area now, and he does. So Len possibly had a chance to pull ahead a little bit with Czar not finding it, but he'll pick up his rod here shortly. He's got plenty of money for it. He looks like he's going back in. Maybe he wants to pick up a house. This is a little bit of a weird place to do your shopping because you can only buy one at a time, though.
I would think that is, yep, that is what it is. Quick safety. You don't know if houses are going to be available in OnRack. I may not remember where they were available before. Len the Cat, meanwhile, is in the fight with the mummies. 5 wizard mummies and a couple other mummies. It's an ideal fight. It's good for experience. But mummies have mute.
Mummies
3
have
light
mute.
warriors muted. 4 light warriors muted now. Look out here. Look out here now. This could be big trouble. He cannot cast any spells or any items.
He did fortunately get off one light axe. It looks like now he's just going to do the run. And that's unfortunate because this 5 wizard mummies is great XP.
They had Dazzle backing it up too. That was potentially problematic for Lendicat, but he gets out of it, finds a pro cape. He picks up his slab now out of the waterfall.
All said and done, as bad as that fight was, potentially he could have run into some of the cockatrices, and we've seen what they had.
Czar enters the waterfall now. He might find out about the mummies a little bit here. I don't think he's seen them. There's the Paralisks now. That's not the other birds. It's a different bird.
Got a little excited here, but
yeah.
I don't think they've got anything here. That would have been a deadly fight, running up against 7 cockatrices with light 3.
An ambush. Oh, we might see those other birds again, perhaps in the Mirage Tower. Also, then the cat has not been to the ice cave. That's where we found out with the Lightning 3. He has not picked up his loot at this point in time, so they could be there too.
I do like this move. Both players waited until they had Oxyale before they came up to this northwest continent.
Mudgulls have thunder. They are ravaging Zardia. He has to reset. Now, he got a chance to strike first here after the reset. We're going to see them again too, Falconic. That was...
We are. So that evens the field a little bit because Len had a little bit of a rough time in Ordeals and Czar kind of just flew right through it. It looks like Czar's having a little bit of a hard time here in Waterfall, whereas Len kind of breezed right through it. Nightmare's hitting 3 hits. That's never fun to see. Right.
When the cat has elected to pick up Fog 2 in level 7.
It's not bad. You're not going to get too many casts of that, though.
And wasn't Life 2 in level 7 over in Gaia?
It was.
I believe. Okay, along with Heal 3 as well. Silver Sword and Ice Sword have been equipped for Len the Cat. That's a big difference right here between Len and Czar.
Interesting to see that they haven't gone back to Provoca to fill out their party with Pro Rings. We've seen that they were very, very cheap, 3,200. It's a lifesaver.
I'm a big fan of Pro Rings. Everyone can equip them. They got a nice little bit of absorb, and they protect against death elementals. I mean, I'll take 2.
Yeah, and at that price, with the money they have, 3,200, that's chump change. Looks like Len is going to be visiting Pugel's Ladies here shortly.
Pugel's Ladies, the Joker's Ladies. Some people call it the Wilcleosis play. Ever since he pulled it out in an attempt to win a match, a lot of people have been making this dive into mermaids now. It's a risk, potentially. It's a potential gamble. Could pay off, could waste some time. The important thing is you got to have warp and exit to get out of there fast if you're going to make this play.
Yeah, I love the play. It is 3 floors down, but it's very, very quick to get to. Depending on how many encounters you get, you're looking at potentially less than a minute. If you get a hero run, you're there in less than a minute. It's so many chests to check out, and then a quick exit. Very, very quick move for potentially high payout.
Right, and Len the Cat's got Fades. He's got Nukes. He's got the Zeus Gauntlet. He just ran into some ghosts. He's got the Light Axe. He's prepared for that. I like this move.
And maybe we see our second, perhaps even third ribbon here as well. So this could be huge. There's the Bane Sword, or the Wilcleosis Sword, as I like to call it.
The Bane Sword has bailed, certainly, yours truly here out of some situations like no other. I don't know if I'd be satisfied with that at this point, but I'm certainly very, very happy to see it.
Well, there's another Pro Ring pickup, so not having to spend the money, although it was cheap. And he does the warp move. I've actually timed this out. It actually doesn't save you all that much. It's almost a dead even, so wasting the spell charge there, but if he feels it's faster.
Czar has entered the Sea Shrine now. When the cat finds a ruby, unfortunately not very worthwhile here. And looks like Czar's going the other way.
Yeah, I do like the move from Len the Cat. He has exit. He can check these here. I tend to prefer Czar's a little bit more just because you never know if the items you're looking for here could be on the Kraken side and you pick them up along the way, then you don't have to check them every bit. You can't fault either decision.
I like this play. I like getting the Bane Sword. We'll see how that works out. He uses, just a couple minutes. He's going to jump back in, save very quickly, and he'll be about 2 floors behind Czar when he's able to enter, maybe 3, somewhere in there.
So it looks like Czar is actually now starting to sway the tie a little bit. He's starting to gain more of a lead. He's already got the volcano knocked out. He's got Ice Cave knocked out. Len doesn't have either of those yet. And Czar's going to be heading in and taking out Kraken here shortly.
Czar, what happened?
So Czar actually, I don't know if he reset out or if he took a wipe, but he's making his way back up into the northwest area to Kraken. Chat can fill us in though, I'm sure. We got Len the Cat heading into his submarine. He's going to be coming back through. He's already checked out mermaids. Got the Bane Sword, got a Pro Ring. Other than that, I think I caught anything too great, so a little bit of a time loss, but well worth it.
The reset / wipe, we're not sure exactly what happened to Czar, kind of almost negates that dive into the mermaids for Len the Cat, a little bit time-wise.
You know, I think I saw what it might have been, and I think we saw it early, and oh, it's going to be rough. What the unrunnable encounter in Sea Shrine, the Wiz Sahags and Sahags, we saw what Sahags had in their spell list. This is going to be dangerous. Absolute dangerous. If you get ambushed on that fight, good night. You are going to get nuked for days. So Czar, he's done. He's out of there. He's going to be hitting up the Zardia Isles, picking up a little bit of money. He should do his class change here as well. Be interesting to see what he does as far as weapons. If he keeps the Masman on the fighter, if he switches the Masman over to the Red Mage and equips the Excalibur. We'll see what Len the Cat does when he's faced with that Wiz Sahag and Sahag fight. That is a rough one. It's like chat saying Cure 4 was cited in Sea Shrine as well.
Yeah, it's on the Sharks. Is Nuke on the Medusa script? Is that the situation that we have here? 3 different enemies with Nuke?
I don't think I saw it on the Medusa.
The Medusa script is in the original game, where that's what we call it, where that set of spells goes on 3 different enemies. I didn't quite catch it. Did Red Sahags have Nuke?
I thought it was just Sahags. I didn't get a chance to check the Red Sahags, but yeah, it looked like maybe he did get rolled through with that, so it's potential that they do have it, because he definitely took a couple of those fights and had to just leave. He took out of there as quick as can be. We'll find out here shortly. Len's making his dive a little bit deeper. He's going to be getting closer to Kraken. Yeah, Czar's doing the Earth Cave dive here now. We'll see if Czar picks up any chests along the way. He's already pretty stacked. About the only thing he could be hoping for at this point would be Power Bonk, perhaps the Defense Sword. He's already got so many swords, though. That would absolutely just be an item use at this point. Great ability to cast Roost. You can use endgame. We've seen plenty of runs so far with a solo knight having to take on Chaos, and that Defense Sword comes in handy. It looks like these Great Sharks have quite a bit of health as well. Len's putting everything he's got into it, starting to put out a couple of zap casts that aren't landing. Almost would have wanted to go with another Zeus Gauntlet there, but see how he goes going forward.
Has Zardia picked up the tail from Sarda?
No, I don't believe he has, because he did go over to the into the Zardia Islands, but he didn't stop out behind it. It doesn't look like it's on the tracker.
On the cat digging deeper now in the Sea Shrine. Czar has left the Sea Shrine. He was not interested. He's heading to Earth Cave.
He took out of there real quick. It looks like the Red Sahags actually had Ice 2 potentially, if chat's correct.
Was it Ice 2? Okay.
Still not something you want to see when you're running into a screen of 8 to 9 of them.
No. Then the cat potentially continues to close the gap here. I don't see Czar going to the ladies and picking up the Bane Sword. He does have unrunnable lobsters, though, and these guys can cause problems.
Oh yeah, we've already seen a fight or two here on Len's side where the lobsters took out a couple of his characters. Don't think it was Death Touch.
We've got it. Czar has got it. The crown jewel. The game changer has been located in the Earth Cave. It's the Vorpal.
Oof. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that tail yet, so we're not going to see it equipped just yet. But how much do you want to bet the second he promotes, we see that slapped on somebody?
I'm a betting man, and I would not bet against that. Czar's got to be happy now. He's got the one ribbon. He's got swords. He's got his baby.
Demerin in chat, the Mazmoon. Yes, that has been found. That is not the game changer we're talking about.
Not,
I think you know who we...
We're talking the crown jewel has been located by Czar. It is the Vorpal. Also, did Czar stop at the caravan? I believe he stopped at the caravan and saw the price of the rod. Is that correct?
He did, yeah. He's got his rod as well. Or at least he saw it. I'm almost positive he picked it up. He had plenty of money for it. We'll take a look next time he goes into his item screen. I know he did. I think he bought the rod. He got in the airship, immediately landed again, and bought a few houses. So yeah, there's no way he doesn't have that rod just yet.
Czar's got the birds. They've got Dazzle and Lightning 3. Lightning 3 and Dazzle, the spell and the skill starting to devastate Czar now.
Whoa.
3 light warriors down. He's down to the red mage. Lightning 3 again. He's down to 58 HP. Cartridges are meleeing, and he gets a nuke off though.
Wow, what do? You go Sea Shrine, you're getting ambushed with Ice 2. You go Earth Cave, you're getting Light 3. There is just no safe play right now. Looks like Len potentially is going to make his way through Kraken here, barring any nasty hits. The fighter did take a pretty massive one, but he's down. So Len's done with the Sea Shrine. So this lead of Czar's is now starting to shrink just a little bit.
Second orb lit now. Len the cat lights the water orb, takes out Kraken. Czar prepared for this. He's moving toward Lich to light his second orb. He's able to get by the birds and all those problems.
Alright, so for just a short while, we are tied on the orb lit here on both sides, one apiece. But Czar is on Lich's floor and should have no problem unless we just see something absolutely nasty. And at this point, I don't know that I would doubt if we did.
Right. And the cat has not been to Ice Cave at this point. Loot is located in the Ice Cave. That's a factor coming up. These mummies have been a little bit of a problem. They've got gaze.
We've got fire as well, and I believe we saw mute. Nuke should make quick work of him here, though. Czar should be pushing on to this Lich fight. Len over here pulling the Will special, just absolutely taking out Melman with that.
That was my opponent. I took out Provoca.
Oh, different city. Okay. Wow. This town's been through enough, and yet here we go. Len just slamming down on top of him.
Czar initiates the fight with Lich, the man of no respect. Len the cat translates his slab, do a little bit of shopping. Level 5 magic here in Melmond now.
I think he's happy to see that Cure 4 for sure. Fire 2 coming off from Lich. That's a... If you're going to see anything, that's a spell you do want to see. Even without too many ribbons, you're able to eat that and move on, and he makes quick work of it. So 2 orbs lit now for Czar. He's got fire, he's got earth. Where does he go next?
Sarda.
Right, now I can't imagine we're not going to see a very, very quick trip up to Zardi Islands here. We're going to talk to our old friend Bahamut, and Vorpal should be seeing some action here shortly.
Yes. Looks like Len the cat picked up fast for 2 of his light warrior characters here in Melmond. Czar is going to class promote here. It's a little bit late. We're an hour and change here. Now we're 8 minutes into this seed now. It's a pretty late class promotion that's going to be coming. But he's got the weapons. He's got all the incentive locations visited. I don't think he's translated his slab. I hope he does it while he's here in this area.
Yeah, I think he heard you. It seems as though he's going straight here to get that done. So yeah, Czar's going to turn in the slab. He's going to get the ability to pick up the chime over from Lefane. So no Loopaloopas today, unfortunately. I'm sure some of you guys were hoping for that.
We've had it happen a couple times already in the tournament. Len the cat has entered the Earth Cave now. Will he run into some wizards later on? What about those birds? We're going to find out.
You know, at some point, you kind of hope he does, just for the fun of watching Runner have to deal with it. But at the same time, he had such a rough ordeal. You kind of want to give him a break and just let him have a fun run through.
Czar heading to Provoca. I believe he's looking for pro rings at this point.
Nope.
He elects not to class change and make the trip to Provoca to pick up level 2 magic for his knight. At this point, that was certainly an option, but he's definitely going to get his pro rings. They're cheap.
Yeah, not a bad move at all. I thought they'd make this a little bit earlier, but here he is making it now. Len, Diving Mermaids, actually picked up an extra pro ring or 2, so I think it saved him a little bit of time. He's not going to have to make this dip back unless he wants to get his knight his white magic. He here we go with that mommy fight again. So stun touch as well as mute as well as fire. Or it was dazzle they had. And there's Vorpal on Len's side. I don't believe Len's on the Vorpal team here though, is he?
I do not believe he is. I don't think Len the cat is a very big fan of the Vorpal. But he equips it on the night. Len the cat knows what's going on.
At least for now. At least for now. He doesn't have the Mazmoon, didn't pick up the Adamant, so he doesn't have the Excalibur. He's hurting for weapons right now, but the Vorpal pickup should help close that gap for him. Here we got our old buddy Bahamut on Czar's side. He's going to get the class change. Let's see just how quickly he can menu and put that Vorpal on one of his characters.
When the cat skipped the Earth-guarded chest there, I think it was gold. It was a good amount of gold. But I'm not sure if that indicates how he feels about his position at this point in time. I usually like to check that chest for the information of potential unrunnable Earths later on in the game.
As well. Yeah, if you hit the chest in it, or if you hit the encounter and it is runnable, you usually get that run pretty quick unless there's something nasty from him. So it's a 10-second check out of your way. It's not too bad at all. Plus the information. I also like this move over on Len's side. You have warp, so you can pick up these chests and warp back out. I've been finding a lot of ribbons, a lot of good items on my runs lately in this room. It seems to be favored by the game somehow. Maybe I'm imagining.
Missing items, the defense sword, the power gauntlet. We found a whole lot of other things. We found the white shirt. We have not been to Sky Castle, the floating fortress. We have not been to the Mirage Tower. There's like some 50 chests in there.
Ooh, Coctress's Light 3 again, taking out one of Len's characters.
I don't think he was aware of that.
Well, he is now.
He knows now, yeah. And those will pop up again in the Ice Cave. Len the cat does not have that. The Ice Cave done. Czar visits Lithyn, picks up his chime now. He's ready to enter the Mirage Tower, so if he chooses to do that, it looks like he might go for that.
Looks that way.
Yeah, I don't think he liked the Sea Shrine very much, Falconic.
Unrunnable Tyros. That's
damage poison from the Geist. They were hiding that the entire time. Zardia never saw it.
It happens. It happens. You'll see runs like this where both runners will see the same enemies. One will get the abilities and one will never see it. And you'll hear in post-race discussions that someone just got that bad luck, that bad RNG. And how do you adapt? How do you overcome from that? It's like he's going to be just fine. He's got all his characters back up. We're going to be seeing Lich on his side soon.
Len the cat. Uh-oh. Look out. Coctress says ambush Len the cat. They're starting to fire lightning 3 at him now. An ambush from the birds, and 5 or 6 lightning 3s devastate Len the cat. Perish his entire party. He was steps away from the Lich floor.
You can hear his thoughts at this point. He's literally debating, do I go back in there or not? It looks like he is going to go back in. And I like the move. You saw the light. You've got the information from the chest. Collect yourself, regroup, get back in there. Hopefully you don't get ambushed again like that. That was extremely unfortunate.
He couldn't get... what was the skill? I forget that the birds had. They had another skill that they were trying to use as well. Was when Czar hit them, he did not get ambushed, and he did not get lightning 3'd 6 times in a row. He was able to get through that.
Was Dazzle, if I'm not mistaken.
Dazzle?
Whew, that's rough. Yeah, steps away from Lich's floor. Almost done with the entire cave. Now here we have to make a trek all the way back. Yes, he's got the information, but wow, what a time loss. That is unfortunate.
Fortunately, Len the cat does know where the Vorpal is. He will certainly pick that up on his way there. He can probably skip the other chest that he had. We also found out the Geists have damage poison. We never saw that on Czar's screen. At least if we did, we missed it.
Uh-oh, look who we got again on the side.
Unrunnable undead again. It doesn't seem that the Geists like to use spells, though. Oh, maybe they do.
Well, not until you say something, at least. Alright, so the nuke should take him out here, so it's not going to be too bad. But this Earth Cave, so far we've seen a very dangerous Sea Shrine. Ice was not forgiving. Earth's not forgiving. This is not a fun seed so far for them.
No. Czar has elected to continue checking some chests here. He has entered the floating fortress. He is headed left here on the first floor. I would certainly imagine he's going to check a couple chests, find a couple of potions and a wooden shield. I would think he'd use the warp spell and jump back.
It's not a bad move, but at this point, you're only looking for, what, the defense sword and the power bomb?
Power gauntlet, yeah. Defense sword.
Not a bad play. Warp does make it quick. Hopefully it rewards him for that, but even if it doesn't, we'll be alright. I think we saw a race the other day where the power bonk in one of the validation chests of TOFR, though. You never know where that's going to pop up. It could be here. It could be Vanilla Maz Moon. Who knows? Oh, second ribbon, though, on Czar's side, so that's that validates this check.
An area that a lot of players decide to skip. Czar makes that move, picks up a second ribbon.
Okay, so Czar, at this point, you've got everything you need. No, you don't have Defense Sword yet, you don't have Power Bonk, but you do have Fast, I believe. We have Temper. So you've got it. This is go mode now. Just clear these dungeons out, get your levels.
Tuesday, June 26th. Doubleheader action. It starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. A colossal matchup of 2-1s. Edgeworth, one of the premier randomizer players, Final Fantasy randomizer, Zelda randomizer, versus yours truly, Wilkliosis. Hairs and hairs away from being 3-0. Wilkliosis could not pull it out. He has to take on Edgeworth now in what's going to be an uphill battle for Will in this. 6 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday, June 26th. Following that, a battle of the 3-0s. The man who took out Wilkliosis, Ikben Maya, takes on Salty Fry. He's 3-0 as well. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks.
I'm very, very looking forward to your match against Edge. I think that's going to be one of the premier matches, not only of Week 4, but of the entire tournament.
I think so, too. I think it's going to be a great matchup. Good, very, very competitive match. I would certainly think that Wilkliosis is the underdog in that match. I know he feels that way, and who knows what he might pull out this time.
Looking forward to it for sure. On Len's side, again, the unrunnable undeads. Fortunately, he makes it out unscathed, picking up quite a few levels here. This is the floor he took an unfortunate wipe to those cocktails.
He gets some eye mages this time. There's wizards around here. Those guys were trouble. When aren't they trouble? Czar has moved to the teleporter maze now, honing in on the Bridge of Destiny.
Eye mages are not safe. They've got Blizzard and Stun Touch.
The cat's getting just blasted with Blizzard, but he gets a fade off.
He gets a fade off. He should be able to restore some life to some of these. Potentially a second wipe on the same floor. What a rough Earth Cave.
I don't think we ever saw that either. We never saw that.
We didn't. So Czar, get your Bless RNGs out now. He is on the Bridge of Destiny. Is he going to fight that War Mech if he sees it? These are going to be runnable if he sees it.
Instead of being attacked by air elementals, War Mech's still on the table here for Zardia. Incoming Tiamat battle potentially. Len the Cat, prepared. He's got to get off this floor. The birds are in waiting. We know it.
Runnable airs. Should be seeing Tiamat pulled here in just a second. Yeah, mix it all with it. Nope. So no War Mechs on Czar's side just yet. With Len's luck, we're probably going to see 3 of them on his bridge. That just seems to be the way the seed's playing out for him at this point.
It is. Czar choosing to fast the night. Gonna fire off a nuke as well. Tiamat leads off with the ink. Free round for Czar.
Yeah, you love to see that ink right away. That's a great first lead off. Get your party buffed up, and here we go. He's going to start swinging.
Wall has been used on the, looks like the Vorpal-wielding knight. Len the Cat steps away from Lich now. He's gotten through the Earth Cave. He's going to take out the Earth Fiend. He's looking for his second orb.
I think he'll be happy just to get out of here at this point.
Or is it his third orb?
It's going to be his second orb. He's got, I believe he did, crack.
We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Czar still fighting Tiamat. I didn't even see Lich. Len the Cat is taking care of Lich. That is his second orb now. That is correct. Speaking of orbs, Czar takes down Tiamat. Lights his third orb now. So Czar has an orb lead, also a visit to the Ice Cave lead on Len the Cat. He's got the weapons. He's got an extra ribbon. He's got to go to his nemesis this seed now, though, the Sea Shrine.
He did get a little bit of information about the Sea Shrine, so he at least knows it's not going to be very friendly. He still does have the level lead, he's got an orb lead, and he's visited the Ice Cave. So right now, this is Czar's race. But anything can happen, for sure. We've seen plenty of these races get flip-flopped, especially once you get Topher.
and Life 2 pickups for Czar that could come into play later.
We should be closing in on level 20 soon for Czar, and again, even then, that might not be enough for him. So far, we've seen, and it's pointed out in chat, the Fiends aren't giving us the issues right now. It's all the people on the Fiends floors. Did we just see a Vorpal get sold on Len's side?
Nah! Wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I can't imagine that...
Accident.
Can't imagine that he would, given the lack of weapons that he has at this point. Surely he just scrolled right past it. There's no way he sold it.
Len the Cat is looking for money for gold bracelets, I believe, here in Crescent Lake. 29,000.
Still not enough, though. Man, I hope he did not sell the Vorpal. Whether you like the weapon or not, at this point, it's the best you've got. You better hold on to it.
Blue Dragonfire in chat asking about, I believe, what were the level 7 spells? Over in Gaia, level 7 included Life 2 for White Magic and Heal 3. And there was something else that Len the Cat got over in Onrak in level 7
space.
phase.
Fog 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Fog 2, okay.
Okay, he didn't sell the Vorpal. Okay. Whew. I've seen people drop the Vorpal. I've seen people throw it over into the volcano. Those people are not very smart.
No.
He opts to keep it for now, and that's a smart move. He doesn't have anything better yet. What he doesn't know is that there is nothing better.
Wilcleosis Falconic FF, as lobsters have Blaze.
Well, that's fun, because
Where
we
did
haven't
that come
seen
from?
enough. Yeah.
That's a new one. Lobsters have Blaze. We'll add that to the list. I'm starting to run out on my notepad. When the Cat's headed to the volcano, he's going to try to take out Carrie pretty soon. Falconic FF 2-1 so far. He's got his matchup coming up. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Wilcleosis here, also at 2-1. Team Vorpal, Team Game Changer. Some people not Team Vorpal. We don't know what their records are at this point in time.
Yeah, and again, you're watching a match between two 1-2s that have no business being 1-2. So records, as much as it's nice to brag about 3-0s and 2-1s, it doesn't matter until you hit that third win. You're in the mix with everyone else here.
The winner of this match can get to 2-2. They just have to win one more. Len the Cat picks up his white shirt now to get one more game closer to that play-in, to try to make it to the bracket stage.
This is almost consider this one a playoff run. The winner stays alive, has a chance to get the third win in week 5. The loser's going to hit that third loss, and unfortunately is pretty much mathematically eliminated from making a big race for both of them. So doing really well.
Deverine at 2-1 joining us in chat. She's in the mix as well. She might be I believe Demerine's team Masmone at this point in time, but we're working on it.
She'll convert.
We'll figure it. Yeah.
And there we see 5 lobsters, a sea steak, and Nuke immediately not playing around on Czar's side. He wants them off his screen quickly.
When the Cat re-enters the volcano now. He's got his white shirt. He's got to be happy to see that. Zara's going to be happy to see this fight. The big guy and the gray shark. But he's going to elect to run from it.
He runs from that.
Yeah, 1 hour 22-minute mark. He can't feel he has the lead that he does, especially when he runs into lobsters that have Blaze again.
Yeah, both runners have to be feeling unsafe right now. You're 1 hour and 22 minutes in. Czar's got the 3 orbs lit, but it's been a rough go for both of them. He's got to feel like he's behind.
And the Cat does have the Bane sword. It's not too much of a difference maker. Could be against Tiamat. Czar had no trouble with Tiamat.
Yeah, I don't think Czar's going to have any issues. He is absolutely loaded when it comes to gear, when it comes to weapon, when it comes to spells. He should be able to fly right through this.
Speaking of flying through things, Len the Cat flying through the volcano now, not checking chests. Oh, I made a liar out of me. He checks one chest. Headed toward Carrie. He's got to be feeling the heat in the volcano a little bit. From being 1 hour, 24 minutes in now. Czar has initiated the fight with Kraken. Looks like the same sort of strategy he used against Tiamat. Fast, temper on the knight. Kraken with a big punch to the White Wizard. White Wizard is still standing, gets a wall off for the knight and the Vorpal. 4 hits for 325 from the Vorpal and Zardia. Directly into Kraken. Kraken not too happy about that. 5-14 against the Black Wizard. Zardia says, not today, Squid. Whips out the Vorpal and slices Kraken down in half. 4 orbs lit now for Zardia. The Water Fiend is down. Time to potentially do some shopping. I did not find the Power Gauntlet which he wanted. Squid smash, says Lord Fizzlebeef, courtesy of the Vorpal. Zar probably do a little bit of shopping, assess his level situation, move his armor around, and he's on his way towards the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Meanwhile, when the cat is making short work of the volcano, lights his 3rd orb, taking down Carrie. We talked about this earlier. He has not made a visit to the Ice Cave yet. The birds in here have Lightning 3. The wizards are problematic. I can only think that he'll maybe just go for the incentivized chest. He knows it is the loot. It has to be. He couldn't make quick work
I don't
of
expect
this.
him to stay here very long at all, in and out. Czar, though, with as rough as this seed started off, to be able to have 4 orbs lit and hitting TOFR in less than an hour 30 is a testament to how great of a player he is. That is a very, very good comeback.
Absolutely. Ship and TNT required seed. He had to dig out the TNT. The seas were rough. And notice Zardia picked up a spell called RUSE for the night. Watch Czar use that later on. Veteran move coming up here from Czar. We'll talk about that when it pops up.
Absolutely. He never found the defense sword, so that was almost a requirement at this point, especially if you're going to be going toe-to-toe perhaps with a solo warrior against some of the later fiends. We've got Len the Cat fighting some of the enemies that we've already seen is a little bit dangerous in the seed. Let's see if he's able to tear through them. This
Czar's
ice
running.
cave.
He's going. And Czar is going to go ahead and make his move. I'm not sure the exact time Czar entered the Temple of Fiends Revisited. We'll call it 1 hour, 25 minutes.
The OK men say, hold on 1 second. You're not getting away from us that quickly. Here we are again. Lord Fizzlebeef, Len never did Ice Cave earlier, so he's here to pick up his loot.
Oh, is that what a ribbon? That's a ribbon in the validation chest. The
That's what we're
rich
saying.
get richer. 3rd ribbon now for Czar. He's got to be feeling really good. Masmoon in hand. He's got the Vorpal. That's his baby. He's got to be feeling strong about this. Getting into the Temple of Fiends Revisited under 90 minutes and a ship and TNT required seed.
Yeah, absolutely. Chat, Lord Fizzlebeef pointing out, wondering why not doing Ice Cave just yet. It was nasty. Everything in this seed has been absolutely nasty. Lots of Ice 2s, some nukes going out, tons of stun touches. We've seen damage poison left and right.
Chimera's wiped out Czar's Black Wizard.
Was it Death Touch?
I don't know. He elects not to revive at this point in time. I think that's a good move. Mudgulls caused a problem earlier now. I believe they have something. We'll see what Czar decides to do.
Thunder, if I remember correctly.
Thunder.
Alright, Len the Cat picking up his chime. He's going to be making his way over to Mirage Tower. If he checks the chest that Czar did, he's going to pick up a ribbon, and I'm sure he's going to appreciate that. He's already seen some nasty spells. Any magic defense at this point is just welcome to sight.
Oh, yes.
Czar doing a little bit of quick menu here. Unfortunately, it looks like his heal spells are on that right slot, so it's taking a little while to get the heal potions off. Making quick work for sure.
Czar throws out a Fire 2 Mage Staff against the Green Medusas. He's not really interested in this fight. He's going to continue to move on. Runs from the Earths. Going to take on Lich. Doesn't even stop to heal. No respect, Falcon. Nuh-uh.
And again, when you're as loaded as Czar is right now, maybe you don't have to get that respect. Masmoon hitting pretty decently. Harm 3 returning with about the same damage, 174. He tries the Braxtrats. That doesn't work. Followed up with another 170. So 3 hits is able to take out Lich, and that's why you don't have to show any kind of respect because it's just Lich 2. Who cares?
Nearing the 130 mark, the 90-minute mark, Len the Cat is still checking chests in Mirage Tower. He did not pick up that Masmoon that Czar got so early. It's locked in the Temple of Fiends on the right side.
Yeah, I think having TNT be required and out of the way proved to be very beneficial to Czar. It forced him to check a few extra chests that maybe he wouldn't have checked, and that early Masmoon is all the difference. We should be seeing Carry 2 here in just a second.
That was Death Touch.
It was, yeah, that was Chimera with Death Touch. Len the Cat, I think, might be, if he's not a smoker, I think he might pick up smoking after this one. This is rough for him.
Via the carton, potentially. Ice armor found for Len the Cat. Now Czar's healing up. We're going to take this time to promote a match tomorrow, 7:30 p.m., right here. Speed Gaming Family of Networks. The upstart himself, my broadcast partner, Falconic FF at 2-1, is going to take on another newcomer, another Dark Horse candidate, Fuzzy Mage. He's at 2-1, 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun match for sure. I hope it's nothing like this one, if I have any say in it whatsoever. Carry with a nuke, taking out both the mages. Getting some pretty good swings here from Czar's Vorpal Sword. Hopefully it's enough to go through. 105 is not what you want to see. Mazmoon doing a little bit more work with 121. Fire 3 coming out. They are on the ropes. Both of them down below 50 health. Nuke going right back out to Carry, returning the favor, gets Carry taken out.
Level 20 for Czar. Was that Nuke?
That was Nuke from Carry.
Okay.
All right,
good news, bad news. He's out. Good news is he knows where a nuke is cool, and he's by it, and he can heal up.
Bad news is that's the second nuke he's seen so far, and I don't think he ever wants to see it again.
The guards have Blaze now. Add them to the list.
What doesn't have a spell in this seed? Everything has been disgusting.
I need some of these spells. I need Blizzard.
Wow.
And the cat heads to the greater less than room. Czar has healed up. He's got a full Light Warrior party now. He's
Chat
on the water.
pointing out. Oh, Dragon Armor pickup for Len the Cat. That's a chest Czar I don't believe picked up in the greater than less than room.
Correct.
Chat pointing out at this point, what's Chaos going to have? Who knows? He could be hitting with the Thunder. He could be slapping with wet noodles, but the spell selection might be limited. I don't think we've seen Nuclear yet, though. So keep an eye out for that.
Nuclear's a skill. We've got Tornado, Swirl, Cure 4, Ink, Lightning 2, Fire 3, whole bunch of different stuff. But yes, Len the Cat did go ahead and pick up the Dragon Armor. Czar does not.
It's a good pickup, but Czar... Oh, Power Gauntlet as well. So Len found the Power Gauntlet. So greater than less than was loaded. Czar, fortunately, though, made the right moves and picked up some ribbons along the way. I don't think he's going to miss that Power Bonk at all. Not with Fast, not with Tempered.
Kraken 2 now for Zardia. He's using Roos. He's got the meat shield up. That's what we like to call it in the Final Fantasy community. Nuclear! Right off the bat is the first skill from Kraken 2. Takes out the Black Wizard. He planned for this. Round 2 coming up now.
He did, and as much as it sucks to see Nuclear, seeing it on Kraken, who tends to want to give you a little bit too hard of a hug, it's not such a bad thing. And here we see followed up with Ink. That's a nice one to see followed through there. A little bit of time to buff up. He's going to get the Cure 4 off on the Knight. I don't think he did. Has he done Fast on the Knight yet?
Yes, Fast has been cast on the Knight. Double the hits with the Knight and the Vorpal. Czar's attacking now with Nuke, 314 damage. Here comes the fasted Vorpal with 5 hits.
Pretty good damage fade going out as well, 210. That White Mage is on the ropes again, down on 1 knee, 8 hit points, but there goes Kraken taken out. So he's going to be able to come out of here with all 4 warriors live.
Well played by Czar. Again, a Nuclear out of the pool. There's more in there. Steps away now from the echo of the floating castle and the battle with Tiamat 2 coming up for Czar.
So we've seen 1 nuke so far. We've seen Nuclear. There should still be a second nuke rolling around in these boss skills or spell lists. We'll see which one has it, if any.
For those of you that don't know, the spell list has a small pool for this late in the game. Lich 2, Kraken 2, Carry 2, Tiamat 2, Chaos, and Warmech have a spell pool. Nukes, Nuclears, you name it, Inks. As Czar initiates the fight with Tiamat 2.
I think we just saw Czar's Red Wizard is out of fast charges, so it looks like we're going to be relying on the Black Wizard to be putting out. He does get fast and tempered.
Uh-oh!
There it is. There's the second nuke.
The second nuke has been located. It's the first spell in Tiamat 2's list. He fires it off and completely decimates Zardia now.
Oh, and goodbye, Red Wizards. Now you are a solo knight. We talked about this. There have been plenty of siege, which has been 1 light warrior up against these last few fights. This is where having the power bombs would have come into play. Oof, there's Tornado as well.
Tiamat 2, but the Vorpal doing its job, not good enough. Down goes Czar. He's leaving. He's looking for the Power Gauntlet.
Yeah, he's taking off. And I think he knows. Zard tends to keep pretty good notes of where he's checked, where he hasn't. We've already seen on Len's side, it's the greater than less than room that's holding out on him. It's got the Dragon Armor and the Power Lonk. That would be a huge pickup, and yet I think we're going to see an eye grind.
Czar has left. He's gone to the Ice Cave. He has already cleared out the Ice Cave. He has made the decision not to go back into the Temple of Fiends Revisited for another shot. He's seen the spells. Carry had Nuke. Tiamat 2 had Nuke. Tiamat 2 had Tornado. He was able to get through Kraken 2 fairly fast. He is headed, it looks like, to the Eye, Falconic. I think that's what it is. He's going to get some levels.
Yeah, it looks that way. I don't know if I caught it on Len's side. Did he skip the right side of Sky 1? We know that's where the second ribbon was for him. It looks like he's checking some of these other chests.
I believe he did.
That's gonna hurt. Surely he's gonna get the ribbon in the validation chest. You very rarely see runners skip that, so he'll have 2 going down. This is his chance.
Setting the stage here. I guess you could say resetting the stage. Len the Cat is on his way to Tiamat 1 to attempt to light his 4th orb. Czar entered the Temple of Fiends Revisited about 10 minutes ago. At the 125 mark, he ran into a whole lot of trouble. Nuke from Carry 2, Nuke and Tornado from Tiamat 2 decimated his party, and he left. He did not try to go back in. He's got weapons. He's got 3 ribbons. Actually, hold on. He lost that ribbon. He's got 2.
He lost the ribbon. Yeah,
right.
He's down to 2 ribbons now. But
Damage
he knows where the 3rd
poison.
ribbon is at.
Images with Blizzard, Geist with Damage Poison, a very small example of what's been going on here. Nukes, say Hags, whole bunch of other stuff. Birds causing trouble with Lightning 3. Czar has made a decision not to make that second run in. He's going to head to the Eye and he's going to get some levels, reassess his situation. Opening the door for Len the Cat now.
Len the Cat's on the Bridge of Destiny. Get your Bless RNGs out. Hopefully we'll see a War Mech here.
Blessing RNGs gives us nachos.
So Will, what do you think about my first seed roll here? What a doozy at best.
The maiden voyage for Falconic rolling seeds, a ship and TNT required seed, and a what's shaping up to be a fairly close, solid match, and a couple of nukes on the first spell list for a couple of Fiends Revisited.
Yeah, I can't imagine Czar's going to be too happy with me, but then again, I've played a few of his seeds, and he is notorious for rolling out some harder.
Yeah, we've all played a few of his seeds. Still have nightmares over it. Czar is going to go for the solo night grind.
Czar needs to have a ribbon taken away.
Yep, Czar is down to 2 ribbons. The 3rd ribbon was located by Zardia. It is in the validation chest right by the Phantom. But he lost that, so he's down to 2. I don't think it concerns him right now, but he knows where it is.
No, not at all. He'll pick it up for sure, no problem. Interesting to see here. He's rearranging the party. He didn't opt to take out his characters with a lava grind here to kind of get them low health. He's just kind of hoping the Eye's going to do the work, it seems.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I like this play. Try to get maybe at least 2 more levels on your entire party. Try to get an HP over 300 with that 300 threshold. Any light warrior with over 300 threshold has a decent chance of surviving that nuke blast, which he certainly knows is coming.
Absolutely. What level? I believe it's 25. I'm sure chat can correct me if you don't know it. Actually, no. He's got the Vorpal on his knight, so you're looking at level 21 for the next hit.
23?
23, is it?
21? The Vorpal's it's so good in the end game, most especially against a fiend with high absorb, that I just kind of roll with it.
Yeah, and I don't think that, well, here we see Lynn taking out fighting Tiamat here. I don't think we saw too high of absorb from any of the Topher fiends, but then again, I was too busy getting caught up with all the spells they were slinging.
Oh gosh, yeah, the decimation, all the carnage tonight here. Speed Gaming. Moist Mogwai, we call her Mo, taking care of the tracking. Cyclone GU, our restreamer, thank you for having us. My name is Will Cleosis, joined by Falconic FF. We'll be playing here on Speed Gaming in the next couple days. We can't wait to join you. We certainly hope you will join us right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks.
Well, doesn't look like Tiamat was having any of the insta-kills over on Len's side. Takes out that Black Wizard, so it's just going to be down to typical nukes and swinging of the sword, but he gets the job done. 4 orbs lit for Len the Cat at 1 hour, 38 minutes, just shy of 139. He's going to be making his dive into TOFR. He'll pick up his second ribbon, hopefully, and let's see if maybe his luck doesn't turn around. Czar hit some of those spells and abilities really early in the turns. Maybe he doesn't see that. Maybe he gets his break here at the end.
What? Czar, I'm pretty sure he's going for a solo night grind here eventually. And like I said, I think he wants to get a couple more levels on his Light Warriors as well. What do you think is the target level here?
Again, we talked about this earlier. Czar is a notorious over-preparer. He likes to get above level 25. He likes to have enough HP on all his characters to survive some of those spellcasts that we've already seen are out there. So if anything else, this has reinforced his decision that he typically goes with. I would expect probably 26. That seems to be about Czar's breakpoint.
26 from Falconic. I was thinking he's an over-preparer. I was thinking 27.
It's possible.
Perhaps.
That's exactly what Len needs to have happen here. It's going to make it easy for him, but it's going to take him time to get there. Len's coming into Provoca. Looks like he's going to pick up some spells for the knight here. This is his chance to take the lead.
Czar continues his grind on the eye now.
Here's the big question. Len the Cat about to make his way over to Temple of Fiends. Do you think to check the chest before diving 2,000 years into the path?
Does he pick up the Masmoon? We know he wants that. It's in the Temple of Fiends in the locked chest. Meanwhile, Czar's leaving the eye right now. Gonna use the lava to kill off his characters. He's gonna take the knight, and he's gonna start bashing Agamas. Meanwhile, Len the Cat learns life on his knight. Level 2 magic.
His levels are a little bit low for TOF, so maybe he opts to jump in and do a little bit of grinding. If I'm going to gain levels, and this is one thing, Czar's making a very safe move here. He's going up against Agmas, he's grinding eyes. These are enemies that have a very, very low chance of taking you out. I actually prefer, if you have access to TOFR, gas dragons for sure. You can hit the lower left section, go immediately earthward. I don't think we saw anything out of the green Medusas. That's great leveling as well.
Yes, taking a shortcut to the earth floor. Level 22 now for one of his light warriors, Czar. Links in the chat room. We've just put them in there. Our Discord. Any information that you want. FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. Any questions that you might have. We've got a new player section, a general section. We've got some fun sections. Anything you need. Usually, I myself am one of the first people there to help. If I'm not around, Falconic usually will help you as well. Join our Discord. Come join us. Join in the fun. What is that late night race that we have every now and then? 9 people sometimes having fun in a voice chat room while we play a game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And on top of all that, we throw in a little bit of alpha goodness. So there's plenty of stuff to learn, plenty of chances to pick up some information to pick the game up. I'm about a month in. I think actually just at my first month. The community's been great, very, very welcoming, very easy to pick up on. This is a game that just takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of help, and we've got help in spades. Come join us. It's a great time. Great game. Really, really fun. Looks like Len is doing that. Looks like he's going to go to the Earth Cave. He's going to be doing the Green Medusa. I love this move from him. This is a veteran move. He knows he's under-leveled. This is his chance to kind of pick those levels up. And I wouldn't doubt it if his leveling outpaces what we see here from Czar. Although Czar is doing the damage strats at this point. So he's got his black wizard down. Czar's hoping to get one more. Looks like the red wizard's pretty low.
There's the armor. Unequips his armor, puts the ribbon on his knight now. Classic move as Len the Cat gets to level 21 now.
He unfortunately got the 4 Earth fight. He's looking for these green Medusas. I think you can also get Chimeras here as well.
Ooh. No, not on this one. The floor for 4. Chimeras. On the way, not in the earth floor. Len the Cat has entered the Temple of Fiends Revisited at 1 hour, 42 minutes. Czar originally entered at 1 hour, 25 minutes. Would it be safe to say that Len the Cat has passed Zardia now, potentially?
Yeah,
Perhaps.
I would say, if not past, they're neck and neck now. Len's going to pick up quite a few levels across the board against four of his heroes. Czar's going to go with, it looks like, the Knight strat. So 2 different strategies. I think at this point they are even, though. I'd have to give it to both of them. Unfortunately, Len didn't pick up the Masmoon, though. So still a little bit behind.
It might be a 2-man grind here from Czar. Keep that White Wizard's HP high as much as you can for reviving a potential nuke shot.
I don't know that that's by design. I think that's just because the Agmas aren't choosing to hit the one character he wants them to hit. It doesn't look like he's putting out any kind of healing potions onto him. So the Agma grind still going on here. There goes the White Wizard. Now we're down to Solo Knight. We're going to be picking up quite a few levels quickly here for Czar. Len's still doing his grind here on the Earth Cave, or the Earth floor of the Temple of Fiends. Hopefully he sees those green Medusas. That's what he's coming down here to see. At this point, running into all these Earths, I didn't catch if he did a power reset. Might be considering doing that. See if we can get a glimpse at what level Czar's got his Knight to. He should be leveling up here shortly. And again, I think he's going 26. You said 27. That seems about where Czar's comfortable with. I like the move on Len's part here as well. Fades, nukes, everything you got. Throw it out there. Get these Earths taken out quickly. You have exit. You have warp. You can get out and save. No point leaving it behind. So level 22 across the board, it looks like, for actually level 20-ish for Len the Cat. Starting to get into the area where you see a lot of people make their dive. We've already seen some of the spell lists that some of these fiends have, so he doesn't know it yet, but maybe 23, 24 is where I'd want to be at this point.
This is what Zardia did. He went looking for the Power Gauntlet in his first round match against Will Cleosis. He was able to find it eventually, but he grinded to, I believe it was level 29. If I can't exactly remember, but it's a similar game. Ship and TNT were required, and he ran into a roadblock. In his previous match, his roadblock was Death Touch Tiamat. Pretty different here with he needs HP to survive nukes. So I would think maybe even 27, 20, maybe even 29. He wants to keep that Knight alive. And my question is, did he pick up life on the Knight?
I don't know that I saw Czar pick up life. I'm pretty sure he did, because we did see him go back down to Provoke to pick up the Pro Rings. Len the Cat does check the validation, so he gets a second ribbon. He's got his Dragon Armor. He's got his Power Gauntlet. Let's see if he sees some of the spells that Czar saw here. It looks like he is making his move here at the 1 hour 46 minute mark. He just got past the Phantom. We're going to be using that loot here shortly and making our way down.
When the Cat has passed Zardia now, he's going to make his move. The Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Looks like, as well, we talked about earlier when Czar went down to the Temple of Fiends, his heal potions were offset to the right. It took him a little while to menu through there and get it. Len's got his set up perfectly. It's at the lower left. He just has to hit the up button and he's right there. So that's going to be a little bit of menu time saving for him.
And the Cat hitting the floor with Chimeras. Death Touch Chimeras haven't caused too much of a problem, but it's something to find as he blows through that level right there and gets his Frost Dragon fight.
We've been seeing some nasty Frost Dragons here lately as well. I don't think this seed has them rolling anything nasty. Everything else was nasty so far for him, but he should be able to make it out here no problem. So it really is going to boil down. Does Len catch a break here at the end, or does his bad luck continue seeing all of the nasty spells that we know are out there?
Mud Gulls were on that list. They've got some nastiness. He's able to get away from that now.
Czar continuing his grind here. And he'll be the first one to tell you he's an over-preparer. Sometimes that works out in your favor, and sometimes this is what happens. It allows your opponent to catch up and surpass you, and that's exactly what Len's done. He's about to come into Lich 2 fight here. Let's see if he shows any respect.
Level 29 now for Czar. And he's continuing to take out the Agamas at this point in time. So we were right. We were talking about 29. He's even going higher.
I can't imagine he's going to go too much higher. But then again, he's seen just about everything he needed to see to force this play to grind some levels. So I'm not sure what the next breakpoint is for the Vorpal. He might know it and he might be going for that. But I think at this point, it's just he's got life on the Knight, or he has the potential to have life. This could just be him trying to get into the higher 800, 900 hit points.
Level 30 for the Knight now on Zardia's Light War.
Alright, so Len showing a little bit of disrespect towards Lich, takes him out no problem, and he is on to the carry floor here.
Carry 2. Her first spell on the list is Nuke. Zardia knows this. That's why he's in the volcano preparing for that fight, and the Cat does not. He is potentially about to find out.
Let's see if she leads off with an ability and Len gets a first round kill. That's what you'd want to see on his part. His luck so far hasn't been on his side, so there is Nuke.
There it is.
Oh, takes out 2. He's got the White Mage down on the ropes. Not yet down on one knee, but he might as well be Get the power bonk out. We should be seeing a Cure 4 here soon, I would imagine.
And then the cat's got the warriors alive that he wants, both with life spells. Fire 2 is the second on the list for carry.
I think we saw the same thing on Czar's side, and that's exactly what you do want to see, especially after that nuke. You need a little bit of time to recover. Alright, so 2 Cure 4s.
Cure 4s from Len the Cat. Is swirl from carry now, knocking Len the Cat down a little bit.
Did we see that on Czar's?
I don't believe so. It was Tornado that we saw on Tiamat 2. The Cat's starting to attack now. He knows that his knight isn't doing much, only 47 damage earlier, and here comes Carry now. Fast from Carry.
Unfortunately, the Vorpal's just not living up to its name today.
Len the Cat has got to practice more with the Vorpal, but good enough. Len the Cat and the Vorpal of the Night takes down Carry 2 after the devastation. He's got some information now. He knows at this point 1 nuke is out of the 4. He knows Carry 2 ain't playing around today.
Yeah, not at all. And with seeing Swirl there and Tornado, what could Chaos possibly have left except for hitting like a truck at this point?
Ooh. Czar continues his grind with the Knight now. He's in the 30s. Len the Cat healing up his light warrior party, same thing that Zardia did earlier. 1 hour 51 minutes we're closing in on now. Len the Cat's got to feel a little bit rushed. He wants to make this happen on this dive.
A little bit. Still has 2 Fiends to go and then Chaos, and we've already seen these 2 Fiends coming up. They've got some power. They're not going to make this easy for him at all. Looks like Czar is going to take the teleport out. Yeah, so that means he doesn't have life on the Knight yet, or else he'd be rezzing up one of his exit or warp casters.
I'm not sure. I think he would just do it at the end and fill up on heal potions, make sure he's got everything. I would think. He's headed for Volca, it looks like. He is headed to Volca.
Yeah. So he must not have had life there, because he did take the walk out of the volcano. So picking up life here, yeah. Picking up life, he should be ready to go. He's got plenty of levels now, and the ability to res people on that Knight. This should be his dive going down into Hofer again should be his last hope.
Invisibility to Czar's definitely prepped for this. The pressure, he doesn't know it, should be on Len the Cat here, as he prepares for the battle with Kraken 2.
He's moving that fighter down to the 4th slot. We've got the Black Wizard up top, acting as the meat shield. Hopefully he can get his fast off, his temper off.
White shirt. Power Gauntlet. Kraken right off the bat. Wham! With a melee attack. Takes out the Black Wizard. He lost his fast spell.
Actually, I believe he did temper. So that actually worked out in his favor, although Kraken's not having any of that temper. Power Bonk on his side. That pickup's going to be huge for him.
6 hits from the Knight. 300 damage into Kraken 2. More invisibility cloaks. Czar's honing in on the Templar. Another temper charge from Len the Cat. He's starting to attack. Nuke, fade. Here comes the Vorpal for 6 hits and 400 damage. But uh-oh.
Kraken returning in kind says goodbye to the Red Wizard. We're down to 2 now. But that Knight is pretty beefed up. We've got another white shirt cast out. It should start limiting some of Kraken's hits. Did we see any nasty spells or abilities from Kraken? Doesn't matter.
We did not. Czar was able to get through Kraken 2 fairly easily. Len the Cat gets through it. Life 2. He's using both Life 2 charges. Okay. That leaves a life charge on the Knight.
It does. And his Knight, fortunately, does have the dragon armor, so he's ready for this Tiamat fight, but we all know what's coming. He doesn't, but we do.
Tiamat 2 battle incoming now. Czar is on Len the Cat's tail. He's nearing the Phantom in his 3rd ribbon.
Alright, so this is going to be make or break for Len. We've seen how nasty a fight this is. If he can come out of here with at least the Knight alive, he'll be able to res everyone up, and Chaos at this point can't have too much abilities. He's just got to be a melee wizard at this point.
Nuke is the first spell from Tiamat 2, but the first skill is Tornado, ravaging Len the Cat's party now.
Well, he does survive it, and that's the important part, so he's going to get the white shirts off. He's got the fast going out. He did do the double fast method. I'm a fan of that. You never know if someone's going to take out one of your wizards, just like Kraken did on the previous fight.
Double-digit HP for 2 of Len the Cat's Light Warriors. 277 from the Vorpal. He's starting to attack. Fade for 92. Tiamat digs right into his spell list. Fires nuke. Down goes the Light Warriors. He's done it. Nuclear too! No! The skill nuclear! Is Lendicat second? Oh my gosh. Okay,
Wow.
more information now. Nuclear is the second skill after the tornado for Tiamat 2. Zardia does not have this information.
No, he doesn't. But at this point, with all those levels he's gained, I just can't imagine this is going to be too difficult for Czar. And here you see Len with the information he just gained. He's going right back to the Earth Cave. I think we've already seen enough from the Earth Cave to know that it just wasn't working out in the seed. Too many Earths, not enough green Medusas. Maybe the encounter table's moved up a little bit here. Maybe he gets a little bit better draw, but I think Gas Dragons is the right play at this point.
He's going back to the Earth Cave. Okay, the Earth area.
Yeah, Earth Warrior.
Here's the question, Falconic. I think we might differ here. In my opinion, an enemy that's dead cannot hurt you. It's my opinion that you should take out Tiamat 2 absolutely immediately and fire everything you have. The other option, which I think you might support, I'm not sure, would be preemptiveness. Heal 3s on the same round after he hits you with that nuke, that tornado, that swirl, whatever else it is that he has, the nuclear. What do you think?
Well, the first round I'm going in with Tiamat 2, I'm a big fan of just throwing everything you have. With these flags,
okay,
they're potentially not too much health. If you can get your fades, your nukes off, if even one fast, skip the power bonk perhaps, just go. If you can get it down, great. If not, you get that knowledge, then I do on the second one. I'll lead in. Heal 3 preemptively, it can bite you in the butt, but it can also be a saving grace. So yeah, I'd go offensive first and then a little bit of a reactionary on the second one.
Nearing the 2-hour mark now, 1 hour, 56 minutes. Both players have got the same information now. They've been hit with the same things. Czar's up to carry 2. He knows a nuke is coming. He's very prepared for that. We have not had... Neither player has any information. There's the nuke. Ugh.
Actually, at this point, Len has a little bit more information about Tiamat 2, but it really doesn't matter at this point. They both have eaten dirt on that one.
Lord Fizzleby pointing out in chat preemptive healing. I'm more of a take Tiamat 2 out immediately type. Carry 2 is down for Zardia. He probably would have rather seen the Red Wizard perish, but that's okay. He's going to resurrect, he's going to use his life spells, get his Light Warriors back up to snuff. Meanwhile, Len the Cat is continuing to level a little bit here.
And I do love Heal 3. I think a lot of people would be surprised to find out exactly how much it actually heals for. It, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it can be as low as 48, and the highest is only 96, so it's not a huge swing, but sometimes it's enough.
It can negate a swirl or a tornado, potentially.
Alright, so Czar, making a little bit of a step mistake here. He is all over the place. Maybe it's intentional?
Is he frustrated?
Yeah, I think so. Either that, he can't be trying to burn off an encounter this far into TOFR. I think that might have just been...
yeah, I certainly wouldn't think so.
And he did not move the knight down.
The Temple of Fiends are visited now. Meanwhile, Kraken 2 fight initiated for Zardia.
Gets the fast off. And the white shirt. That should help with the first hit. I don't think we saw any spells or abilities from Kraken. Fire 3. That's not the worst, though. 10 hits. 474.
The Vorpal. The Vorpal again from Zardia. 8 hits, 462. Kraken 2, who are you?
Get out of here. You're just another victim of the Vorpal.
Vorpal victim again, Zardia. Healing up. Heading into what I would call the Gatekeeper now. It is Tiamat 2. Nuke is her first spell. Her first skill is a Tornado?
I believe it was Tornado.
We
Nuclear. Also saw Nuclear. But this is why he did all that grinding. If we get any sort of hits like we just saw against Kraken with that Vorpal, he'll be able to survive this in res. Down goes the Black Wizard.
Melee attack from Tiamat.
Alright, Temper's going off. Was that the Black Wizard was set to cast fast? I don't think it went off, so now the Red Wizard has to do it, but we do have a Temper going out. And a Ruse. That's a smart play, especially after what you just saw happen to the Black Wizard.
Look out, Falconic. It's coming. Can you feel it?
Oh, you definitely can. There's the Ruse. Doesn't take out the Red Wizard, though. That's actually going to benefit him here. Looks like he's going to opt to do Temper, and I don't mind that at all. Keep that Red Wizard alive. Temper up. This is all the nice... At this point, he's your go-to. You got to keep him alive.
Tornado is the next skill from Tiamat. We'll see if she goes with that. Rub is the next spell.
Czar's getting a little bit of luck on his side here now. He's got another fade going out.
56 from the night, and a fade takes down Tiamat 2. Czar has taken out Tiamat 2, the gatekeeper here.
Gatekeeper is down, and we've already seen enough spells and abilities that Chaos shouldn't be too difficult here unless he just absolutely hits like a truck. I can't imagine we're going to see anything more than a couple Fire 2s, Light 2s, stuff like that.
I don't believe... Did we see the Cure 4 on Carry 2?
I don't think we saw the Cure 4. We did see a Cure 4 on one of the Sharks, I believe, earlier, but nothing from any of the Fiends just yet.
Still available, I believe, Swirl, Bane, Zap.
Yeah, we haven't seen Bane. We have seen Zap. It could still be out there. We have seen Swirl.
Nuclear is out there again. Ink.
All right. So here we go at the 2-hour mark. Just shy of 2 hours, we see Czar pulling Chaos now. Oh, crack
from Chaos. 3 ribbons from Zardia saying, not today, Chaos.
Absolutely. You don't often see Ruse cast by the White Wizard. I like that move. Get up every defense you can. You know you've seen enough abilities and spells. This has to be a melee Chaos.
More Ruse from Czar. I like it too, Falconic.
There's the Bane we talked about. And takes out the White Wizard, though.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Not too bad, though. You still have your fast, you have your temper, you got enough casts of Invis 2 out, you got Ruse out. This should just be both the night and go.
He's got the Vorpal. Here comes an attack from the Vorpal. 9 hits! 900 damage with the Chaos!
Damage poison going out, not going to matter whatsoever. We're a swing or two away from the Vorpal sword from Czar finishing this one out. Nukes are going to go out. This is absolute go mode. Chaos is on the ropes.
Could feel it coming. Another nuke blast from Zardia, but here comes the Vorpal from the night!
Oh, another 900 hit. Vorpal seals the day. So 2 hours and knocks him out. That's an official SRL time for Czar of 2 hours, 1 minute, and 1 second. GG. Get those out there in chat. Absolute fantastic run. With the start that we saw, that was a great finish.
Zardia making it look easy. He gets the information and he adjusts. He adapts. He went and decided to go into a grind. He makes it happen, gets through the gatekeeper, and really make Chaos look easy with the Ruse spells, and then tempering and fasting that Vorpal for nearly 1,000 each time he swung it.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we just got a forfeit from Len the Cat here, so we'll see if he pushes forward just for fun of it. But Carrie throwing out the nuke, that's going to wear down your ability to push.
Oh, a nuke from Carrie.
I think we're seeing now why we've got the forfeit from him. Great run from Len the Cat. It was an absolute disaster of a seed with all the abilities and spells he saw. He saw a little bit more adversity than I think Czar caught early, but wow. Czar pulling off a fantastic win.
Wow. We have contact with our winner tonight, Zardia. He moves to 2-2 now, stays alive. One more win, he'll be able to get to the play-in game, potentially, for the bracket stage. He will be on his way in here shortly, and that might just be a winner tonight. Is that a Zardia that I hear?
Falconic, I hate you.
Once again, to review, we'll let these guys go at it in just a moment. Falconic, he did make this seed and this match for the battle, and Cat tonight. And Bellas?
Czar, what do you think?
I'm never letting you roll anything for me again. From start to finish, that was hell.
Yeah, that might have been one of the most disgusting seeds I've ever seen. And not even from the Fiends early, just the enemies. And I don't even think you saw all that Len saw, but tell us what you thought about it. What did you see that made you want to hate me on this one?
It started right at the beginning. We had the Frost Imps, and I had to reset. Didn't have any money, couldn't buy spells, couldn't stay at the inn. There were no cabins. You had to get the ship, you had to get back to the ship, and then I discovered the Sea Hags had nuke. Oh boy, that was really great, and it just got worse. I saw Blaze, Frost, Blizzard, nuke, Thunder, nuke from Carry 2, nuke from Tiamat 2.
I'm like Czar, man. I'm pretty sure I got it worse than you. I want to hear from these guys. I bet I got it worse than you did.
We'll go ahead and review here real quick. Len the Cat, thank you for joining us here. Valiant effort. Len the Cat, you just... Yes, GG's, guys. Len the Cat, you are correct. You definitely did get it worse than Czar, but Czar did not have an easy road. There's no question. I ran out of notes. We had the birds. with Lightning 3. Ambush Len the Cat steps away from the final floor by Lich. He lost the entire Earth Cave. They got both you guys, Czar, they got you in the Ice Cave. The bats blocked Len the Cat. Images had Blizzard. They got Len the Cat. Kaizoku's had Blaze. Mudgulls had something.
Mudgulls had
Mummies
thunder.
had Mute.
Lobsters had Blaze. Everything had everything in this seed. It was a utter disaster, and you guys still played it very, very well.
Czar, you had about a 7-minute lead on airship pickup. You decided to forego the airship pickup and sailed over to Castle Ordeals. Do you mind telling us about that real quick?
Well, I was coming from Crescent. I could have went straight down and got the airship, which I probably should have done. But I said, well, you know, let's head over to Ordeals first. And I'm sure I lost time there, but I think I was just flustered from the amount of enemy spells.
Damage poison from the Geist as well. Czar, I'm not sure if you quite saw that. I know Len the Cat did.
I saw it dozens of times.
To review a little bit, Czar, you in a ship and TNT required seed were actually able to enter the Temple of Fiends Revisited originally 1 hour 25-minute mark. Len the Cat, you were behind a little bit. You entered the Temple of Fiends originally at the 1 hour 42-minute mark. You both were able to get through Kraken 2 and the very tough Carry 2, but Tiamat 2 certainly took both of you out. Czar, you left. You decided to go ahead and, opposed to searching for the Power Gauntlet, you knew what you were up against. You had to get some levels. You went to the Volcano. You did some grinding. You started with the Eye. You grinded up your Knight to a great level. Len the Cat, you decided to do some as well in the Earth area.
Yeah, when I saw Nuke from Carry 2 and Tiamat 2 and Nuclear from Kraken 2, I knew we need hit points. So I wanted to get the mages leveled up first in Volcano, and then I knew we had to get a Night grind going. That second Nuke I got from Tiamat, let's see, what was it? Carry 2, I think. 310, 398, and 300 something damage. That was bad.
Another thing that you didn't see, Czar, but Len the Cat saw, Tiamat 2, of course, let off. The first spell was Nuke, and the first skill was, I believe, was Tornado. Tiamat 2 had a second skill. It's called Nuclear. That was what was ended up taking out Len the Cat. I'd like to go back a little bit earlier to the Crown. The Crown came up early from Vicky the Pirate. You both elected to go ahead and do the Crown chase, knowing that you would have to find the TNT. A pivotal move in this match was Czar. You checked the Temple of Fiends and the key lock chests. Len the Cat, you did not. Czar, you found the Masmoon.
Yep, it was there. It assisted with early grinding and getting through bosses. Once I found Vorpal and Tail, though, it was time to put Massa to the side.
Multiple shots of 9 hits and nearly 1,000 damage was how you were able to take out Chaos. I think you were fortunate, Czar, because you went to the Dwarf Cave last. Len the Cat went there earlier, dug out his TNT, so really had no need to go to the Temple of Fiends you visited in their locked chest. So it was really just a matter of fortune.
Yeah, that was brutal on the Earth Cave, Len. They almost got me too. I was on the 4th floor. I had a red mage left with like 50 hit points. It was only the ribbon that saved me.
Len, Falconic here. Actually, go ahead.
I wiped everywhere. I mean, I really wiped everywhere. I'm surprised I was as close as I was to you, to be honest. I assumed I was like an hour behind you, to be honest.
Tiamat being the equalizer. Actually, for a little while you were behind. At one point you were a full dungeon behind and an ice cave clear. We saw Czar dive in, got all the way to Tiamat 2, took a wipe, decided, nah, not going to have any of this. I'm going to go get levels. You were able to clear your 4th orb. You were able to dive into Temple of Fiends. You made very, very quick work of the first 3 Fiends. You got to Tiamat 2, and then you got your wipe. And we saw that you made the same decision he did. You wanted to get some levels. So we saw you actually go into the Earth floor. Were you looking for green Medusas?
Medusas, didn't find a single one. I fought a couple of them in the second grind, but yeah, it was just those Earths that could hit for 1,000,000 points, but you know, they're still fairly good experience. And I just, because I knew I was facing 2 Fiends that would open up with Nuke, I had to have like in the high 300 hit points for most of my guys.
Len, it's Will. I promise I will not call your next match. I called the one with Quicklith. I was there. I saw all the man.
Yeah, it ain't your fault. I usually get this kind of luck. This And to be honest, usually my opponents get it bad too. So this has been 2 races ago, but this was the worst race I've ever done out of 300 some odd races. And I swear it really was.
Tough break, Linda. I'm telling you, I'll tell you right now though, you played good. Me and Falcon talk about it during the stream. You were in this. You passed Czar when you went for your first run because he was still in a volcano. He leveled to, what did you level to, Czar? 32 on the night?
Yeah, I finished, I think it was 33. I was not going in until I was getting 5 hits from the Vorpal.
That's what it was. We were talking about whether or not you knew the next breakpoint, so it paid off. Those hits at the end, you were hitting for 900. Fast and Tempers going out. You got those amazing crits. It made quick work of Chaos for sure.
That was the plan, and it worked. GG to Lynn. I think we put on a really good show for everyone here. Probably one of the worst seeds in the Swiss round so far, at least in terms of enemies.
Well, I'm so happy that I could live up to the hype. That was my first seed roll for the tournament rounds, and I think I win. I think that was awesome.
Well, you rolled that, Falconic. You can eat a big bag of something that I ain't gonna say on a PG stream.
Definitely a great show tonight. Speed Gaming, thank you for hosting us. Mo taking care of the tracking. I can see her smiling right now. Always a pleasure to have her. Falconic FF, the 2-in-1 club with myself as well. We'll be playing both of us here on Speed Gaming coming up. Falconic, your match is tomorrow. That's Sunday, 7:30 p.m. against Fuzzy Mage. Wilkliosis takes on Edgeworth. Tuesday, June 26th, 6 p.m. Eastern, part of a doubleheader to be followed by 2 3-0s. Ishbin Maya and Salty Fry. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks.
All right, we were joking that after a seed like that, if you guys didn't smoke or drink, you were probably going to pick that up. How right are we about that? How do those nerves feel right about now after playing something as nasty as that?
Oh man.
Well,
you guys played it very, very well.
I quit drinking, but I think the dankest of herb is in order.
All right.
Well, I shall also be smoking the dankest of herb in about 2 or 3 minutes.
All right. Well, Matoya is a great place to go to get that.
Post-game festivities going on here. Later on tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, within an hour, a battle of 2-in-1s. Demon Frog, out of nowhere. Demarine 2, again, out of nowhere. Making a dent in this tournament right now. They're going to go head-to-head, 9 p.m. Eastern, within an hour, right here on Speed Gaming. I believe that's on Speed Gaming's main channel, Speed Gaming Original, Speed Gaming 1.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the races we have going on. This week 4 has not disappointed. We've got 1 week left. We're starting to thin out the herd a little bit as to who's going to move on to brackets. And if it's anything like Swiss, you're going to want to stick around and watch it for sure. It's only going to get better from here.
Stay tuned right here on the Speed Gaming family of networks. We're going to be with you all night. Myself and Falconic are going to head off to the green room, perhaps enjoy an adult beverage or two, and watch the show of Demarine and Demon Frog. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this show here. Last, final thoughts. We'll start with our winner tonight. Czar, you moved to 2-2. What do you think for the future here for you in this tournament?
I think that no matter what I do, I'm going to be dealt a pretty difficult hand. And when you're dealt a difficult hand, you have to adapt. And it was definitely a good practice seed. I look forward to my next opponent. I'm back to 500 now. Thank you to everyone, FFR staff, Speed Gaming. Thank you to everyone except Falconic.
Falconic. No thank yous for Falconic. You are in the doghouse, says Zardius. Len the Cat. Final thoughts.
It was a pretty brutal seed. Thanks. I hope I gave you guys some entertainment. I tried not to go on tilt, but holy cow, that was rough.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys played it better than I could have for sure. So very, very good job on both your parts.
Falconic, the maiden voyage of Rolling Seeds. Welcome to the club. I have not joined it yet. I don't think I want to go anywhere near that. I don't want these guys after me. Final thoughts on tonight's match.
Yeah, I think I don't think you're going to see a seed that throws more at runners than what you saw tonight. So if you're looking to pick up the game, this is a worst case scenario for sure. Still, come join us on Discord. Join the community. It's very open, very welcoming. Lots of help to be given out. Both of these runners here are fantastic for kind of crafting your game and learning and watching. So thank you for coming out and watching. I hope it was entertaining. Runners didn't seem to have that good a time, but I'm sure everyone in chat, you guys loved it. So fun times. I had a great time. Thanks, Will.
Thank you, Falconic. Really great shows so far. We're in round 4. There's 5 rounds of the Swiss tournament right here. 2018 Final Fantasy Randomizer spring and into summer tournament. It's been amazing. There's been upsets. There's been angry enemies. That's what we saw tonight. There's been weird things that have happened. Bridge seeds. It's only going to get better right here on Speed Gaming and our other sister broadcast partner, Randomania. We're all over the place. Falconic already said it. Join us in the Discord if you need anything, if you have any questions, if you want to pick up that control. If you want to come work with me and Falconic and Mo, we could always certainly use a hand. Falconic, an absolute pleasure to work with you again, sir. I can't wait to do it again. Great call, great match, Linda Cat, Zardia, always a pleasure. So from everyone in the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, Falconic FF, Mo, my name is Will Cleosis. Have yourself a wonderful evening and stay tuned for more Final Fantasy Randomizer action.
Team Purple.
The game changer.